time.
Buckle up.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the pre-show for Comic Character of the Week.
No.
The podcast. No. It is Comics Unleashed. That's right. There we go.
Do you still have Baltimore brain on your head? You know,
Ladies and gentlemen.
Are you saying he's a Baltimore?
Yep.
Oh, I was for 3 days.
Yes,
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Comics Unleashed. This is the Baltimore Comic Con wrap up for the whole damn thing. We got a ton of stuff to show you for hauls, the books we picked up, signed books, prints, even ones that should be in with Sal that are here in my possession. Whether you'll get it back or not.
You're back.
Yeah, back.
Yes.
Thanks, Sapphire.
I just saw Adam this afternoon. So Adam was very happy with the prospect that we would be back. So
we got pins to show and all that stuff too. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a ton of stuff to show you. And don't forget, we didn't forget about your feelings. We're going to have a showcase for you tonight too, ladies and gentlemen. So be prepared for that. Gary, what's the secret word?
Barney.
Chris, ladies, hello.
Is Chris in? And I didn't even text him yet.
He is. Wow. Yeah, he's in the chat now.
That's a red.
What's up, Chris?
Like Tim said, we didn't forget about your feelings. We just didn't care about them.
I used to always tell my kids, I said, listen, this is, I said, I think it's very important that you have a vote in how things go. But I'm going to treat you like a third world country. You're going to have a vote. It just won't count.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen.
So it's like, I was going to say, it's like what I used to tell. Well, it's like I used to tell my employees at Domino's when I used to manage the place. I'm like, this is a benevolent dictatorship. I will take whatever suggestions or ideas you have, but at the end of the day, you're still going to do what I say.
I am taking Schmohawk Bougie. That is going to be my new screen name.
Schmohawk?
No, Schmohawk.
Bougie, we missed y'all.
Oh, 100%.
But we were dead dog tired. Some of us, like me, were sick. The con crud got a hold of me. So it was, we needed that time off.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, Mr.
Keith. Mr. Keith.
Good to see ya. Well, here, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get our regular business out of the way. Is Chris in?
Wow.
Chris.
Wow, Chris.
Wow.
I have missed that since Tuesday afternoon.
Oh, you all got to, you got to meet Chris in person.
Yeah.
Sal and Dan had already had the misfortune of that. You got to do it in person. And as I recall, he was sitting very uncomfortably close to you on the couch right over there.
Oh, it wasn't uncomfortable by any stretch of the imagination. Okay. I was very comfy. He cleaned a seat for me, but I had to decline.
Oh no.
I did get his digits though, so
I sent him yours too. So
I know.
Y'all are having a, like Casey Kasem would say, a long distance connection.
You better believe it.
Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get some business out of the way so we can dive. Zazzle's Clubhouse. What's up, cool dudes? Hell yeah. You're pretty cool yourself there, Zazzle. Good to see you in the chat. Guys, it is popping tonight. We haven't been doing this for a little bit now, and we're all ready to go. Speaking of which, Gary, after cracking a cold, frosty beverage, what should we tell people that they can also get for free?
Listen, what you can get for free is the socials. Because everyone you see in front of you on this screen, they have all the socials. They're positively dripping with them. And they would like nothing better than to give them to you.
There you go. At the Codex Station.
Needle from Baltimore.
You better believe it. At the Codex Station, ladies and gentlemen, your favorite social media platforms where we're live streaming right now. Please make sure to hit the like, share, subscribe, and or follow so you don't miss content like this all the time, every time. Once again, at the Codex Station. Hell yeah, the gang's all here. Fuck yeah. We're 4 minutes and 43 seconds in right now, so don't worry about that. Sal, if you wouldn't mind, would you let people know about this awesome website that our very own tech guru, Uncle Gary himself, built? He's too humble about it.
From the
let me give you a little back history of this. This man's brain went through his fingers into the internet, created this web page called the codexstation.com. He didn't even ask us for anything. Our pictures just magically appeared to him, and he put them there on the internet. It just bled from his brain through his fingers into the keyboard onto the internet.
This is the best intro ever, ladies and gentlemen.
Go check out the codexstation.com. It's got our bios, it's got our favorite shows, it's got our favorite stories, and so much more. You can meet the team, buy some merch. What's this? Bougie.
Sal's my favorite Kraut mix paisano. That's
wonderful. The explanation he just gave where it came from my fingertips, that's much more plausible than I actually created it.
That's wonderful.
I don't know my QWERTY from a hole in the ground. I can't type. I don't know how to type. Boom.
So let me explain another way. If you ever saw the TV show called Heroes?
Yeah.
Did you see that TV show where the painter guy would go paint the future?
How
his eyes would roll back in his head. He would go and he would just start painting. That's Uncle Gary creating the website right there.
What was the
tagline in Heroes? Save the girl, save the world.
Save the cheerleader. Save the
cheerleader.
Our tagline is save the Gary, save the world.
Yeah, you know what? Right. When that show was on, I wouldn't have mind saving Hayden Panettiere.
Especially she ended up marrying for a while,
that cheerleader outfit.
My Lord.
You know who she ended up marrying for a while, right?
Who?
I know she was dating hockey players left and right.
She was married to Klitschko, the heavyweight champion of the world, for a while.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like 6'5", and she was 5 foot nothing.
Like that tall.
Yeah. I put nothing is right.
Sal, let everybody know where you are on the interwebs when you're not right there doing.
All right. Well,
she was Gary everything.
I put everything. Yeah, that's true. Well, when Gary allows it, you can always find me on YouTube under Sal's Comic Corner or under Instagram as the Slab Guy 77.
There you go. And what about that guy down below? Oh, sorry. Throw that back up there.
Hold on. I have this. Look at that crap.
Lord.
Nice.
Thank God I've never seen it. I've just only heard about it.
Well, down below, this man right here is
the selling out artist, by the way.
Yes. Our in-house CGC registered artist himself, Dan Kelly Art.
Wow.
Dan Kelly, the man.
That's right.
Dan, where can people find your artwork? Where can people hook up with you and get commissions?
Yeah, you can check me out on Instagram at Dan Kelly Art. Post a couple of times a week. I've got the stickers now. I've got that are still left over from Baltimore Comic Con. I still got some of these Deadpool and Wolverine prints left over. That
I bought one.
Bought them.
Still
on there. I've got nope, I can't show that yet.
Nope.
Show that. Hold on.
Don't show goodies.
That's premature showing off. We don't want that.
But yeah,
premature gesticulation.
You can go check that out. And then Heroes.
Hey, Talking Geek, good to see you.
When they brought it back, it kind of sucked, but
it was marred by the writer's strike, I think.
Fine.
Check it out, and then go check out this guy beside me. We're all going to show off books tonight. He's not going to show off everything because we'll just be here all night reveling in the awesomeness that he got. And it's funny, we call him the Ric Flair of comics, but there was a security guard. There was a security guard when he was walking in that told him, you know what, you kind of look like Ric Flair, and everyone that was with him laughed, and they're like, they call him the Ric Flair of comics. To the world, he's the Ric Flair of comics, but to us, he's Uncle Gary.
He's Uncle Gary.
That is a true story. Sunday morning, I walk in the Vibe. Older security guard, distinguished older fellow said, he said, do you ever do any wrestling? And I said, many years ago back in school. He said, well, you got a whole Ric Flair thing going on.
Little does he know.
Little does he know.
That's what I said. I said, there's a story to that. Woo!
was that I forgot to ask, was that security guard that looked like he's about 1,000 years old?
1,000 years old, and he had the Ray Charles glasses on. Yeah.
Because when when me and Tim and his kids went in the first time, we had to go the back way to get, check in to get our
the best way to
go in. So he put the wristband on me first, and then I picked up my bag and put on the bag, and then he starts putting the wristband like on Tim, and then he sees mine. He's like, "Oh, where'd you get that?" I'm like, "What do you say?" He's like, "Where'd you get that? What color was it? Green." And I thought he was talking about the bag that I was holding.
Yeah.
Stuff for the table, and I was like, "What?" He's like, "The wristband. Where'd you get it?" I'm like, "This." He goes, "Did I put that on you?" I went, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh." He literally put it on me, and less than 30 seconds later, forgot that he put it on me. I was like, "Where'd you get that wristband from?"
Well, Gary, Gary, why don't you go ahead and let everybody know where they can find you when you are not sitting there holding up the pillars of the Library of Comics?
All right. Well, you can find me at Comic Logic. We're Loudoun County, Virginia's only comic book store. We would love to have you come see us. We have a big event coming up in October. October 27th, we have our Fall Lot Con, and that is when we turn our parking lot into a mini Comic Con. We have about 30 vendors. We'll have comics. We'll have toys. Sapphire Glade there sets up a lot of times at our mini cons. Sal and Dan have been there. They brought their kids. And our October 27th one is a trunk or treat event. So you can bring your kids. You can get, we'll have candy for them. If kids dress up, that's a bonus. Bring them in their Halloween costumes. So it's a lot of fun. And we would love to see you out there at that event. Comic Logic, again, Loudoun County, Virginia's only comic book store. So if you're in the Northern Virginia area, please come in and see us. We would love to make your acquaintance. Also, I want to say that you can catch me and my buddy Mighty Mike Harbor, who's you've seen on this station there every Wednesday. We're getting our weekly fix, getting those comics, getting them in the bloodstream, make us strong because we're lifting long boxes left and right and up and down and all around. Told you before, comics make you strong. Do some push-ups too. Also, we want to give some love to the Comic Character of the Week site. That was founded by our good buddy Archduke Kevin, and he is the reason that we are all acquainted because we got acquainted on that site, and that has migrated from that site to what you see in front of you. So you either thank him or blame him. It's his fault either way. So I do the cover of the day. Dan does a great random panel of the day and a question of the day. And Sal is always there to critique, make sure we're doing the right thing. And Tim, ever watchful, ever vigilant, making sure we're giving you the content that you deserve. Speaking of what you deserve, I can't think of anything you deserve more than to hear the beautiful sounds that emanate from that man right there. Tim the Terrible, his voice echoes all throughout the airwaves. It permeates the ether. And when you hear that voice, you know that you are going to be entertained. And where you can be entertained by the voice, when you tune in and you see the face, why, oh my God, when you see the beauty of that face that matches the beauty of those sounds and both those wonderful things together, you just think, how could God have blessed someone so much? So we are blessed to have that wonderful package with us every week. And he is the one, the only, Tim the Terrifically Terrible.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you are ready because this show is about to kick off. Like I said, we've got the Baltimore Comic Con wrap up. We're going to give you all the details of what we did while we were there. We're going to show you a massive shitload amount of books that we got. And plus, we got the showcase for you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will be back in 45 seconds. And since we haven't heard it in a while, how about some groovy bass tones?
Oh, absolutely.
I love some groovy bass tones. Come on.
All right, we'll be right back. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of Comics Unleashed. My name is Tim the Terrible. This beautiful man over here next to me is Sal the Slab Guy. Down below is Dan the Kelly Art. And right next to him is the curator of the Library of Comics, the Ric Flair of comic books.
Woo!
Uncle
Woo!
Gary himself.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Baltimore Comic Con wrap-up show. We got a ton of stuff here to show you on my end, Sal's end, Dan's end, and Gary's end. Plus, we got the showcase for you. And let's give a big shout out to our sponsor, which we will give you more information about later tonight. None other than Comic Logic, ladies and gentlemen. You'll hear more about that later on in the show. Before we get started, let me go ahead and get the socials and the awesome website out of the way. There it is. Uncle Gary, we got something. We want to give it to everybody. What was it?
We are absolutely, positively dripping with the socials. And we would love nothing more than to give them to you.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, at the Codex Station, your favorite social media platform. Please make sure to hit the like, share, subscribe, and or follow so you don't miss content like this all the time, every time. Let us be one with you at the Codex Station, ladies and gentlemen. Also, Sal, we got a website. Uncle Gary created it. It's a masterpiece. What is it?
It is. Well, head on over to the codexstation.com, and not only can you meet the team, buy some merch, and see what shows we're on and see what stories we like, but there's so much more. So check it out at the codexstation.com.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. All right, enough of that shit. Let's get into some good stuff. We got stuff to talk about. None other than what Dan's wearing right now, Baltimore Comic Con. Ladies and gentlemen, we have
3 days.
3 days. Yeah. Well, we had 6 days. We had 6 days of Codex being together.
Yes.
How about that? That's the big thing right there.
So let's talk about where people came from.
So
because we're all local. These three right here, including me,
where
are
people
local.
came from. Once upon a time, their mommy and their daddy loved each other very, very much.
Or got really drunk that night. Sal, I think that conversation needs to start with you because you picked up Jamie first. That was the first introductions. And
was it at a bar? You just picked him up and said, "Hey, Sailor, come home with me."
I just said, you'll do. Get in the car.
So why don't you go ahead and kick this off, Sal?
The lights came on and he looked at Jamie and was like, "You ain't gonna do any better. Let's go."
Let's go. You found perfection right here, baby.
Oh my
Lord! I was picking them up at BWI. I live pretty not close, but close enough, and it's a good enough airport to get in and out of. And picked him up. His plane landed 30 minutes early, which is fantastic because I got there. I want to say about 40 minutes before his plane landed because I was starving. I wanted to get some food.
Yeah.
Got some food, sat down, ate it, and then he's like, "My plane landed," and I'm like, "Oh, all right then."
How about that?
That worked out really good. So, yep, they came off the plane, and he looked rough. He looked really rough. He figured
his first time. His first
time.
No.
And he had a layover in Chicago, and he finally found some like Dramamine or some type of motion sickness medicine, and made him feel better. But he was in rough shape.
Yes, he did.
Yep.
On the show with a wonderful question that was asked.
Yeah, and we'll get into that too.
Yep. So
go on, Sal.
Yep, picked him up. He couldn't check into his hotel, so I brought him back here. He got to see the corner, got to hang out with us for a little bit. We were going to do dinner, but they were not feeling up for it, so I took them back to their hotel, and I kicked them out as I was driving by. I said, "Tuck and roll, baby." And,
Well, Sal, tell me about the sign that you made.
I did. I made a Codex sign. I did not make it the way Dan wanted to, unfortunately.
I had some amazing suggestions.
You did have amazing suggestions. There's no doubt. I'll let you tell him.
Sal claims he didn't make it because he didn't want to embarrass Precious. The truth is Sal did not want to embarrass Sal. The other truth is that I have no shame. So I would have made them up.
Yeah.
Well, the first idea I had was that he should hold up a sign, that said, something along the lines of, congrats on your early release. You did those 5 years like a champ. you know, no rats here, something like that.
No rats.
Snoop made a surprise, made a cameo on a special episode that we did on Monday. I think it was just Codex special presentation. But
don't get ahead of the story.
Yeah, don't get ahead of the story now.
No, I just said we're gonna get in that.
Yep.
So the other idea I had was to hold up a sign that says, like, congrats on completing rehab, 3rd time's the charm.
There you go.
But the best one I thought, he should have held up was congratulations on your successful transition surgery. Goodbye, Jasmine. Hello, Jamie.
I like that. That is really good.
Oh, jeez.
I couldn't do that, so it was just
I
a
can't
regular
see why
sign.
that would have embarrassed Precious at all. Yeah.
I was like, just message Precious and tell her to walk a few feet behind Jamie when he gets off the plane.
There you go. So that was Jamie getting off the plane. We got to spend some time with you, Sal, and we got some content footage of that too. That is in the editing process right now. Still waiting on a couple of videos from Jamie. Once I get those, I'll get to work on the rest of it. And
did he send you me trying to break the unbreakable slab?
Yeah,
I had some like adamantium glue on that damn slab.
And I got it to where he said, "Okay, you got to pause it because I'm about to cuss." and that's it.
And then you didn't even get it signed.
No, I didn't. That's all right.
But that's not where it stops. So after visiting with you, Sal, you took him back to the hotel. He got to hang out with Rob and Kurt and the rest of Comic Logic crew for a little while. And then the next day, Dan, is when I message you at a little after 8 o'clock in the morning or something like that and tell you I'm on my way.
Yeah.
So
I shot a little, I said to him, I shot a little video when I was at work that was like, all right, Jamie and Precious are here and Tim's on his way, and we're getting ready to kick this weekend off.
Yeah, exactly.
Shit is happening.
So that was an 8-hour drive from Oak Ridge, Tennessee. Sal was having freak-offs. Yes. That was...
that's a normal Tuesday.
But Sal couldn't get any baby oil. They're all sold out. Some guy named Diddy had got it all.
Right?
Yeah.
Diddified.
I don't know how Johnson & Johnson's going to survive going forward.
Their stock's going up because all the baby oil's gone. But yeah, it was an 8-hour drive. It was a good drive with the kids. Got to go through the entire state of Virginia up to Maryland and into your town, Dan, and seeing you for the first time with your daughter. That was really cool. She seemed pretty excited. She's very talkative. Your wife was awesome. You guys,
daughter Emily was disappointed that you guys didn't stay longer.
Yeah, because what did she ask when we left? She's like, "When are you coming back?"
Emily loves having yeah, you're right, Bougie. Sal doesn't need baby oil. He is
I use olive oil because I'm Italian. That's what it is.
Bougie.
Yeah, she loves having people around. She always gets excited for that. But yeah, Tim messaged me that he was arriving right as I picked her up from school, and her school's only a mile from our house. So
all good, Bougie.
Yeah, so it was great because I was like, all right, park in a blank spot, and him and his kids came walking up the sidewalk right as we were getting out of the car.
Yeah, she was standing there looking. She's like, "Where are they? Where are your friends?"
I was like, "They're right there."
It was awesome. It was great. We you guys made me and the kids feel like we were right at home. I mean, we've been talking on here for the past couple of years, anyways. So it was just a matter of a handshake and a hug, and your wife had made cookies for the kids, and those well loved and eaten on the way home and at the convention and all of that stuff. It was awesome. We got to hang out, Dan, right there where you're sitting right now. That's why you smell good, Sal. Yeah,
that's right.
We got
right here in the comic layer, the comic basement, whatever you want to call it. I told because Tim saw my setup before, and Jamie did too. Saw my setup before they got to see Gary. So I told them, if Gary's, comic museum is a Gordon Ramsay beef Wellington, my setup is like a public school cafeteria tater tot.
Both are good though.
When you're hungry, both will do.
Yeah.
Did I enjoy the traffic? I enjoyed being a passenger princess the entire time. So, as a matter of fact, I did.
He was a tourist the whole time.
Oh, I was 100%.
Oh yeah, there was one or two times we were driving and I was just talking to Tim and not used to going this way, and I'm like, oh, I need that exit.
No. let me set the stage. So we're listening to this band that I have since fallen in love with called Brain Failure.
They're so good.
Japanese punk band, and Dan's like, have you ever heard these guys? No. Puts them in, you get that. He's got a box of fucking Royal Oak chicken. He's driving with a knee while he's eating a thigh. We're on the left side of this freeway, and we're talking or whatever, and Dan's like, oh shit, and cut the entire freeway through all of this traffic, and I'm just kind of looking, and he's like, yeah, I usually go this way. I don't usually go this way into the city. So I was okay. But that was cool. Driving into Baltimore was really cool.
In fairness, I had a hand on the wheel.
All I saw was a knee.
I had a hand. Well, I had the box of
most of the time.
We stopped at Royal Farms. For anyone in the Mid-Atlantic area knows the deliciousness of Royal Farms. So I had a chicken box, in my lap. It was, I didn't get a 4-piece. I just got a 2-piece and some wedges. So I was eating it as we were going, and I had one hand on the wheel and the chicken box there, and I was eating, and
one greasy hand on the wheel. What could possibly go wrong?
That's why he had the knee on the steering wheel to stay in the greasy hand.
But it was a lot of fun.
You know what? I don't want to hear any grief from Virginia drivers. You're all just as bad.
Yeah,
let me tell you. But yeah,
Maryland, DC, Virginia, we're all terrible drivers.
We are. I used to have a shirt that said "Maryland is for crabs and other disagreeable bastards."
Wow. But Gary, this whole time you were already in the same hotel that Jamie was staying in.
Well, Jamie got there a night before us on Wednesday, so Mike and I left. We left. So Thursday morning, I did my morning route. And then we left at 10 o'clock, got there, and then we started setting up with Comic Logic. Now I want chicken. We started setting up with Comic Logic, and we got that done. So we were doing that on Thursday, Thursday afternoon. And then when we finished, we contacted Jamie, and we ended up having an early dinner. Jamie and Precious and the Comic Logic crew, and we walked to establishment not too far away from the convention center, and we all broke bread together and had a meal together, and Kurt took the check and paid himself, so he was very generous with that, and that was Jamie's first meeting with Kurt. You don't outfox Kurt too much, so Kurt. So it was a wonderful introduction, and then after that I had to rest my leg because I knew I had a tough weekend, and Jamie went out with Jamie and Precious hung out with most of the Comic Logic crew that night. And they had a few adult beverages, and I enjoyed a little bit of Baltimore nighttime life and had a good time. And so that was Thursday night, and then
then we get into Friday, the day of the convention. Doesn't start till 1 o'clock. Dan, you and I are on the road in the morning on our way there.
A convention. I just let me give a quick life cycle of a big convention.
Mm-hmm.
So the big convention Thursday is load-in day. Thursday is really interesting because that's when you see the dealers, the big-time dealers, going to the other dealers, seeing what they brought, what their stock is, what new stuff they bought, and a lot of books are changing hands then from dealer to dealer, which is very interesting. Friday in the life of the comic, Friday is the day where the money walks in the door. Mm-hmm. That's when the people that are serious buyers of books are going to walk in that door, and they want to, they want to buy these books before anybody else has got them. They want to see. And that's a big day for big money on the books.
Yeah.
Saturday is the day where the people that are enthusiasts come in.
The cosplayers,
the people that want to go to a con, the people that are more likely to dig through the dollar boxes or the $50 or the.
It's also the longest day too.
It is the longest day. So that is the day that is more entertainment and more people that want to go to the con. And then Sunday is the day where you have the remnants, and Sunday is the day when some deals are being made too, because there are people that are like, okay, I want to move some stock. I may look, I may do some better deals. So that's the life cycle of a con. So I just want to say that till we're back to Friday.
So that goes into how much we really got to see you in the convention, Gary, because you were living off of that bottled water and mint lifesavers.
That's it.
From start to finish. He did not sit down. He came and did his due diligence at the booth. He visited, made his rounds. We got to talk. I snuck up on you when I saw you.
Yep.
You were digging through some books, and I said, you don't want those books. And he goes, I don't want those, huh? Oh, hey, Tim.
Did you help me out with some stuff I was looking for?
Yeah.
I got a few. I got 1, 2, 3, a dozen connections. I got some connections.
Yeah.
I said this on the show Monday. I'm gonna say it again. It's great watching Gary, like, just follow him around, and
which we did. I've got the footage of it.
But it's not just that, it's not just the dealers, because he knows all the dealers, and they'll go up to him, and he's talking with them, and he's like, I can get you this deal here. I get you. He's like, I can't get you a deal with that guy because Rob cussed him out. But it's not just the dealers too. Like, he's standing there. When I bought one of the big books I got that I was targeting at
yeah, and we'll don't mention it right now because we'll show it when.
No, I'm not going to say that. Okay. But like, when is the stand I got that at, and we're talking to them, and then like some random person walks by, and he's just like, "Oh, hey, Sarah, whoever it was, like, how's your day doing? How's your grandkids?" And everywhere we're walking, it's not just the dealers. He's seeing the people that are walking by just in the convention. He's like, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" And he's like he's the mayor of Baltimore there.
We name dropped Gary at several creators tables and dealers tables.
Thank you.
Became a member level. Dude, right on. Good job. Yeah.
How did that name dropping work out for you?
It worked very well because we went to Philip Kennedy Johnson and was like, we know Gary. Oh, Codex. Yeah, I know you guys.
I've been dodging you for months.
Good to see you. What was it, Sal? We were sitting at the booth. Dan, this is when you were off you were digging for something. I think it was Saturday, or it might have been Friday. Sal, you and I were at the booth, and that lady from CGC came over.
Yeah.
And she was talking to us. And Gary, we didn't even mention your name in the beginning, and we were talking, and your name came up in conversation. And we were like, yeah, our buddy Gary has this and that. She goes, I know Gary.
I know Gary. like that.
Her name was
Everybody
Jean.
knows Gary.
Jean was her name. Yeah.
As an Italian, I never felt like I didn't have enough connections.
Every little bit.
I know Gary.
but the whole convention experience, like, I've been to big conventions before, but nothing quite like that. And just like Friday, we were supposed to film content on Friday and Saturday. We most certainly did not do that. No. There's a hand there. Sunday we did film the content, but Friday was our day to really sit as a group and trade off at the booth and stuff like that. And we got a lot accomplished on Friday. We pulled 20 subscribers Friday. We pulled 20 on Saturday. We pulled 2 on Sunday because we were busy filming content and all that stuff. But gentlemen, the first real day at the convention, thoughts, experiences, go for it.
You want to go first, Sal?
Sure. This is like the first con that I did 3 straight days. I'll admit.
Yeah.
That. And I was exhausted come to the last day of that. I mean, crashing in the bed that night, it was pretty hard.
Sunday we were done.
So, I came on board looking. I had 3 targeted books, and I felt like the comic gods hated me on Friday because I could not find any of them. Especially my number 1 book, which will
Friday. I think your exact words were, "This con sucks."
I may have thrown in a couple of metaphors, colorful metaphors there as well, but I did not. I'm not gonna repeat that. But I was getting pissed because I couldn't find it, and Was it Friday that I sold my first batch of slabs? I think it was Friday.
No, it was
Saturday.
I thought it was
Yeah, it
Saturday.
was Saturday. So
That was the
Saturday.
big day. Yeah,
that was the big day. So the whole thing turned around. The comic god smiled on me on Saturday.
No, it was Friday because it was Friday
Friday?
after, because I had to leave. I had to leave the show early Friday because I had to pick my daughter up from school and I had to take her to my
Yeah.
Oh,
house.
okay.
I
All
was
right.
watching her, and then they told me later, "Oh yeah, Sal sold some of those books."
Right. Okay. So
Right, okay.
so at the end of the Friday, I was feeling a little bit better about it because I did get some spending money for what I was going to eventually buy.
Yeah.
But thanks to Dan, there was another guy buying slabs that I sold the rest of my lot to.
That
which
was
gave
at
me-
the end of the convention. That was on Sunday, was it
well,
not?
Saturday. It was
Saturday,
Saturday.
yeah.
That was Saturday, and
They
and
all
that
bleed
just-
together.
Yeah, they do. So that kind of really started working out then. So it got progressively better for me as the day went on. But damn, that was just it was just long,
So
and I don't know.
what was it, Friday when you and I, it was close to the end of the convention, Sal, we were walking and we made our way past that one booth where the guy had those Green Lantern books. Talk about that for a minute.
Oh, okay, that's where was it that Friday night?
I think that was Friday. That
Okay,
it was
so
one
I
of those days because it was you and
But
I.
that was
Dan
yeah,
was at the
right.
booth, and Jamie and Precious were wandering around.
And that's not the day I found the book, though. It was Saturday. That I
No,
found the
no,
book.
yeah. This was just totally different. It was just the fact that these books were there because we were looking and like we were walking fast.
Yeah, right.
Sal's a little guy, ladies and gentlemen. He's about this big, and
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time.
Put them in
keeping
your
up with
pocket
it.
and walk around.
That's right.
You
And
know,
we're,
when the
and
convention's that crowded, you get into hip check mode, baby. You
we're
just- you go
cruising,
through
and then all of a sudden, Sal's like, wait a minute, come over here. I saw these Green Lantern books. Let's go take a look. So yeah,
Right.
go ahead, Sal.
That's right. That's right. It was pretty. Some of the pathways were either like empty or they were extremely crowded. Right.
Yeah.
So you're doing your best. O.J. Simpson as you weave it in and out through all the people, and all of a sudden it just
Weaving,
kicks the corner.
not this.
no, weaving.
Not
you know,
stabbing, not stabbing.
not stabbing. And it was one of those where you catch it out of the corner of your eye, and I was like, it was just like that. I was like, slam on the brakes. Tim's like, what's going on? And I'm like, hold on, we gotta check this. We gotta check this stand
Remember,
out.
Sal? That happened when we were walking around last year. That happened to me when I bought that first Taskmaster and Avengers. Remember, we were just walking down the aisle, and just out of the corner of my eye, it caught on the table, and I just did a wait, what? And I just went around on the ball of my foot. And I was like, "Hey, come here!" And I walked up, and I was like, "Is it really that much?" And the guy went, "Yeah, it's been sitting there all day." I'm like,
I was like,
mine.
It was like $30 or something. It was something ridiculously low.
Yeah, it's because it had like, I forget. There's some defect on the cover. It was like a bend or a small tear or something. But I was like, shit, for $30, I can live with that. And the guy said he had it sitting out all day. But like you said, when you did with the 180 turn, like you always have to kind of have
that peripheral vision going,
man, because you never know what you're going to catch out of the corner of your eye and be like, oh shit.
But what were those Green Lantern books that were there? They were pretty significant.
So all right. So this is the first book. My main target, number one target book, was Green Lantern number 87, the first appearance of John Stewart, and I have it right here. We're gonna show off now. What?
Nope, not yet. We'll get to that.
You're teasing them. You're just teasing them. You're just tickling them.
Hold on. There you go. That's all you can see. That's all you can see
what
right
a
now.
surprise! It's a slab.
No.
So and I saw it on there, and it was like, okay. So we started talking, and I think I made a pretty good deal with the guy to get it. So it was pretty cool.
But there was that. What did he have on the wall that was like $4,000 or whatever it was, or 14?
Oh, that was the showcase ones. That was you're talking about the showcase guy, right?
Yeah, those.
Yeah, that's right. Not this guy.
Yeah, no.
That'll be 22, 23, and 24.
Yep, and he had all three of those.
Yeah, right in a row.
Right in a row, and they were some good. That was some price tags on those.
Yeah.
For sure. So those were nice. Those are the ones I remember now.
And
That's right. This is as we were leaving. He was like the first booth as soon as you walk in the con.
Yeah,
he was the first booth that you walk in. So as we're walking out, that's right, because it was packed.
Yeah,
and I'm going through there like this. It was like,
that's when you kind of stop.
I said, hold on, we gotta check this out.
But that leads me into like skipping to Sunday, right? Me and the kids walk in with you, Dan. You're getting everything set up. You put your stuff down. Like I barely got to sit my stuff down with my coffee in my hand, and Dan is like, "Come on, we're going." I'm like,
Let's go.
"Okay." Boom, off we go. And Dan and Gary, the books that you guys put in front of us,
Yeah.
talk about that. This was on Sunday, on film day.
Well, when I went, this is the first year I've ever gone all 3 days. I usually go on Sundays. One year I went on Saturday a long time ago and was like, fuck this. I'm going back to going on Sundays. It's too crowded. I got to wait in line too long to get tickets. But this is the first day. It was all 3 days, which is awesome. And I had I went in with a few gold books in mind, and walking around Friday and Saturday really kind of narrowed my focus to Sunday. I went to Gary and I was like, these are the books I'm looking for.
Yeah.
When I was like, just when you're walking around looking, if you can just keep an eye out and, see, who has what. Like, I've already walked around and seen copies at different places. You see what you've got too.
Hey, Richard.
Hey, Richard.
So, I went with Gary and we were walking around to kind of,
I'm filming this whole time.
Yeah, and Tim's filming to find some of these books that I was targeting. And then, Gary was looking for his stuff too. But then we were just looking at booths like the Reuben Blades collection. Anybody knows that? Oh.
That's when I brought to y'all's attention. You want to see a wall? I got a wall for you.
You want to talk about a collection. It's not often that you'll see a collection that you could say puts Gary's to shame.
Yep.
This collection, it was Captain America 1, Marvel Comics 1, Superman 1, Detective Comics. Like, it was just
Detective 1 and 27.
If I send you a picture, can you post it?
Yeah, go ahead and shoot it to me through Messenger and I will put it up.
Okay.
It was that wall. We were looking at a lot of other ones. So like Tim said, I didn't really buy. I bought a couple half-price books at the very end of the day Saturday. I didn't really do all my buying until Sunday because I know that, like Gary said, the money comes in Friday to get the big stuff, and Thursday, and like some Thursday, like I think it was who was it? Adam mentioned earlier. There's some tables that'll sell out Thursday before the con even opens because the other vendors will come and snatch up everything.
Yep.
But so the big money comes in Friday. But if you're willing to be patient,
Gary, I'm so glad you got these pictures.
Absolutely. Listen, I've been to a lot of cons. I have never seen a wall like that.
Yeah.
So, he's going to show the picture.
Look at this while Dan's talking about it. I'm going to bring them up here in just a second. Go on, Dan.
I was going to say, if you're willing to be patient, you can make deals all throughout the con, but especially Sunday, you can make deals. And remember this too: if you're going to a con, take cash. Don't.
Yeah.
These places all take card, but take cash. Cash is king. Cash will get you better deals. All the books that I know Gary's going to show, I'm going to show in them. Yeah. There's price tags that are on the bags.
Yep.
Those are not the prices that we paid.
You ready to see this?
Oh, yes.
This is gonna
throw it up there.
So to preface, there is video footage of this wall, extensive video footage. So these pictures are gonna do a lot of justice, but wait till you see this video. Look at
yeah.
Look at this. Where is it?
Yeah.
Why are you not showing up?
Oh, because the tease. There you go.
Oh. There it is. Look at that.
The right side of the wall. So Marvel Comics, Dan, like you said, Captain America, Select, Daring Mystery, Punch.
Punch Comics.
We're talking about that.
Punch Comics cover, right? And the Suspense comic, you don't get to see the lower half of that, but that is, as a matter of fact, that's one of Damien's grails that he's after. The famous Detective Comics 31 Castle cover, the first Riddler. All Negro comics, which I have never seen in person either. Yeah. And one of the guys from Comic Connect there had never seen it either. All Negro comics went one issue before the racists decided that we cannot have black characters that are good characters and give black people a positive outlook on black characters. We can't have that.
I don't know if you can see it, ladies and gentlemen, but Gary, that one character on the All Negro comics that's in the suit and the hat, you said
that I
very
told you that's
specific about him.
That dude right there. I would buy a comic right now about him. I've known this because I did a comic story about this. Ace Harlem.
Yeah.
Ace Harlem.
Oh, Jamie's
I would. Hey, buddy. I would definitely buy a comic with a character called Ace Harlem in it.
Yo, 100%. The grades are as impressive as the books. Richard, wait till I show you this next
The
picture.
left side, yes.
So this is the right side, guys. This is all of this, and
these are all Ruben Blades books, like Dan said.
This is,
and these are only the books that he's letting. These are only the ones he's letting go.
Right.
He's not even selling his whole collection.
You can see up in the top two, the Select and the Daring, the Prestige label right there too. But look at this. This is the creme de la creme. Every big comic book that you could think of.
Except one. There's one that's not there.
Well, yeah, that's the big one. But everything else, look at this.
There you go.
Superman, Batman. Wonder Woman, Fantastic Four,
the original Flash,
Sensation, Detective 1, Detective 27, all those Catmans down below.
I have seen Detective Comics 27 many times. I have held Detective Comics 27. I have never, ever seen a Detective Comics 1. That is as scarce as they get. Now, that's got a green qualified label, because the centerfold in it was taken from another Detective Comics and married into it. But it is complete. It's just not the one that came with that book.
Right.
But
it presents really nice too.
Oh, yeah.
A Detective Comics 1. Never have I seen that. That is what drew my eye. Wow.
Right here. All of these books. This is the pillar of comic books right here. Where's the first Dazzler?
Well, I got sold on the Thursday evening. I was snatched up immediately.
The thing that's not on that rack is Hulk 180, ladies and gentlemen, and that's the most disappointing thing.
And Action 1, you know. So, but I've seen Action 1 at many shows.
But this right here, this is what we saw.
Yep.
3 days. I mean, we got to look at this stuff, and it was insane.
Look at not just the grades. Look at the covers and the condition of them. Yeah, there's the qualified label and the restored
Sensation
label.
Is 7-0.
Yeah,
Wonder Woman.
When you're getting the Flash comics, when you're getting Superman 1, who gives a shit if it's got the label? You're getting Detective Comics 1. Who gives a shit about the green label? At that point, especially looking that nice, the color of the label doesn't matter.
Nope.
Absolutely true. That is 100% true.
Yeah. Dude, that was incredible. Yeah, impressive, unbelievable. Any adjective you can think of. Our jaws hit the floor. I was going to say it's not bad, but I have a Darkhawk 1 CGC.
Well,
Wes.
There's always going to be that Darkhawk thing. Bring down the room.
All hail Darkhawk.
All hail Darkhawk.
Well, you should see these guys when they left with those books. So, see.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all,
we didn't get to see the teardown.
Yeah, y'all are out the building while we're still working our asses off, tearing everything down and loading. And those guys, you see the lock boxes that those books go into.
My Lord.
Yep.
So yeah, that's just a taste of the convention that we got to experience, that Gary, you experience every year. Sal and Dan, you guys got to do 1 day of it last year. Yeah. But Codex as a whole got to do it for 3 whole days.
And going in before the show starts. How cool was that, fellas?
That was amazing.
That was nice.
I told you that is great, to not stand in that line with everybody else waiting to get in.
We walked in the back, right in the front. They're like, oh, you got those badges? Go down the escalator.
Right. Badges, you got the right badges. That's right. And that is cool.
Wes wins.
just like the woman in Fifth Element. Multipass.
Lilu Dallas multipass. Right. All right. So I think we've given them enough of a taste of our experience there. There's a shitload more to say, and we'll talk more about the big question that was asked at
At the crossing of
Logic.
streams.
Yeah, exactly. We'll get into that a little bit later.
We're going to talk about the big event Monday night.
Yes.
Yeah, because Jaden Daniels showed off. You are absolutely right. Jaden Daniels showed off. We might have a we might have a quarterback in Washington.
Oh my God.
We might have a quarterback in Washington.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I'm actually in one of those NFL eliminator
now
games
we're on
with my
football.
family. I know. But
well,
I picked Washington to win. I picked Washington to win that night. I picked Washington to win that night. Look at that.
I saw some article by some delusional Washington writer after the game that was talking about it and said, "Oh, Lamar Jackson is the poor man's Jaden Daniels."
That is insane. That is crap.
Jaden Daniels looked really nice in his third game.
These guys are going to talk about this all night.
No. Listen, I'm still predicting 7 wins. That's it.
All
right. So, but evidently I was wrong. That's not the big event that happened.
No.
That happened on Monday. So I digress.
So the big event. We'll talk about that now, and then
Richard. They can go to the loss column on Sunday night.
Then we'll show what everybody's here for, which is the books. So the big question, ladies and gentlemen, the big secret that had been going on for a while was the proposal. I was in Cincinnati that night. Lots of sad folks walking around. That was very true.
Yeah,
lots of sad folks walking around in Cincinnati every night because they're stuck in Cincinnati.
But Jamie had the big question, the "Will you marry me?" question, ladies and gentlemen, and
we all had a part in this.
We all had our parts. I got the book that got signed and written on. Sal
subscribing.
It was passed along to you, Gary. You had a huge part in that. At Dan, we all had parts in it. It was wonderful and amazing, and it was a beautiful moment. And it is all on camera.
Tom King had a big part in this.
Yeah, it's all on camera on the Codex and Comic Logic crossover episode. You can go watch that. We give a pretty hefty rundown of everything we did for Baltimore, but the big part was that. And what a treat. What an honor to be there when that part of their lives began.
Amazing.
That was wonderful. So Gary, nobody wants to be here in Ohio. That is very true. My
Have
brother
you ever
lives in
watched
Ohio,
those Cleveland tourism videos? Oh my God, they're great.
But Gary, go ahead and give us the details on Tom
I was
King
trying to see. I thought I had taken a picture of the book. Evidently, I didn't.
Oh, but if you go look on the Codex Facebook page, ladies and gentlemen,
they'll see it there. So Jamie decided he was going to ask Precious a very personal question that would mean that they would be related by marriage.
Yes.
So I think you know what question that would be. So
will you make my pancakes in the morning?
Will you make my pancakes every damn morning for the rest of my so he had a book, and it was the wedding issue of Batman and Catwoman.
Batman 50. Yep.
Batman 50. And Tom King is Precious's favorite writer. So the idea was the book was to be passed to me. I think, Tim, did you bring it in?
Yes. So I ordered it off of eBay, got it in the mail. My code word to Jamie was the jackpot has jackpotted.
The jackpot has jackpotted. So
you're a good man.
Thank you, Richard.
We love you too, Richard.
Love you back, baby. So I said, well, I know Tom King a little bit. I could maybe get something going here. So Jamie wanted it to say, Precious, will you marry Jamie? Had a box yes and a box no. So
I see him. Yep, there
it is. Excellent. There we go.
Yes.
And so I presented the scenario to Tom King on Friday because the book didn't come to me directly. Kurt had it.
I gave it to him on Friday.
Yep. There you go.
It's
under 600.
I was going to go see Tom King Friday night, Friday evening, before the showing to make sure to cement this. And I went to get the book and to get it started and do all this. And Kurt took the book back with him to the room.
Yeah.
Because he did not want to leave it out, leave it at Comic Con for anything to happen to it.
And see, when I went and gave this to Kurt, I was like, where's Gary? Oh, he's walking around doing whatever. I said,
Gary's just doing Gary.
Can I leave this with you? And Mike was there too. And he's like, the book. Oh, the book. Yes, you can leave the book.
So I did come up with a way for future cons that we can immediately find where Gary's at. Just go into the middle of the floor and just go be like, just give me 2 stomps and a Ric Flair.
Woo!
Woo! And then just wait to hear a response, and that's
Find him.
Find me that way.
But go ahead, Gary.
So I don't have the book. So I'm like, well, hell, I'm still going to set this up with King. And I asked King, I told him the scenario. Would you do that? He would do that. And I said, would you make a video? Would you make a video asking the question too? And he agreed to do that. I said, well, if you want to do this in person, we would love to have you Comic Logic Monday night. He said, in DC traffic, are you crazy? I said, that's a valid point. I just figured I would shoot my shot. So, Tom King said to me too, he goes, I had friends calling me about your WTOP segment on the radio. And I said, I know that guy. He invited me over for a tour of the place. So he's telling me he wants a tour. I said, you get a tour. You do a signing at Comic Logic. A tour comes with it, man.
There you go.
So we'll see if we get King out there. But he tells me I had people calling me about that video. And so he was excited that he had been invited for a tour. So he says he'll do this for me. So Saturday. The other thing is Precious has met him on Friday. And when he heard her name, signed her name, Precious, is that your real name? So that name resonates because people don't hear it every day.
She had a nickel for every time somebody said that when she asked him to sign a book. She'd have.
Oh, absolutely. So he happened to see her again Saturday morning, and so I was reacquainted with her. And he asked me that night when I said her name is Precious. He goes, "Is that the Precious? That's got to be the Precious I saw today." I said, "Absolutely. You're her favorite writer." So Saturday, I found a good time to get in line with him around. I guess it was around midday, and so I give him the book and I show him what Jamie wants it to say. He says, "Oh, I tell you what." He goes, "You don't want me writing this. How about Mitch Gerard's his frequent collaborator artist? He wrote it so neatly on that book, wrote beautifully."
And the funny thing is that Precious was kind of upset at first because all she was able to get was Tom King's autograph, and she wasn't able to get Mitch because I think mine was too long, or he wasn't at the booth.
Maybe he wasn't there because they're together and Mitchell signed.
Yeah. So getting him on there was an added surprise,
right? And he signed it too because Mitch had work in that book too.
Yeah,
so he had some artwork in there too. So he wrote the Precious "Will You Marry Me," did the box, and then signed his name. And then Tom King just did his signature, which is under the B and the A.
Yeah. And
then he did the video for me, and I think he says, "Precious, this is Tom King, your favorite writer. Thanks for that." Yeah. And he said, "Jamie has an important question for you. I think he wants to marry you."
Oh, yeah.
And boom. And so he made the video, and we had that. And I sent Jamie a text after I got this. Mission accomplished with video. So nice. He wanted the book. But, I decided let's be a little extra.
Yeah.
For the moment, I came up with the video idea, and Jamie was all for it. And so
that was the cherry on top of a very, very big cheesecake. It was
the
great.
Karate Hottie. I don't know that nicknames get better than that, Bougie. That is pretty awesome. Yeah. So Monday night.
But yeah, Monday night, you can watch the video from there, ladies and gentlemen, and see it happen. It's less than an hour. I mean, if you've stuck around this long, you can watch it tomorrow on Sunday, the day of rest.
Rob was able to get the video of Tom King up on our TV that was right above where Precious was sitting. And
because it was Saturday night. I was telling him, I was like, instead of just showing it to her on the phone, like it'd be cool to get it. Yep. Somebody could get it on the TV, and they go, I think it was Kurt was like, "Yeah, I'll have to get Gary to send it to me." I was like, "Do you mean get Gary to send it to you as you will take Gary's phone from him? You will send it to yourself from that, and then you'll be able to do this." He's like, "Yeah, that's what I'll do."
That's exactly right, because I wasn't touching that damn thing because I wasn't going to lose it.
And in case anybody that did not watch the video wondered, she did say yes.
That's right, ladies.
She didn't say yes right away. There was a pause where she was like,
she did say one word. Do you remember the word?
What?
She was not expecting it at all.
It was great. It was a beautiful. Jamie's look on his face right there is of relief. because all the stress from the
There's
7
Jamie.
days before, the whole damn
Jamie's
time.
rubbing a hole in his jeans.
Yeah, that's so
I told him before, when he was talking about, because he had this plan for a while, and we were all, talking back and forth and stuff. I said, you better be sure that she's going to say yes, man, because if she says no, that's going to be a real long, awkward flight back to Wisconsin.
Are you sure? I mean, I got the book for you. I got the video. Come on. All right.
I think he had a pretty good idea.
Oh yeah.
So he needed.
Oh yeah. I think we all knew she was going to say yes.
But she was
you always got to razz your buddies like that too.
That's right.
Absolutely. She was still surprised. No, my question was, and I told Tom King this too. I said, I got to say, the Batman 50, they didn't get married.
But the cover is awesome.
The cover is great.
Well, all right. We've done enough talking. We've talked y'all's ear off for about an hour now. So what we're going to do is we're going to let Gary talk for a little bit longer because we got a sponsor.
We got a sponsor.
Right. Sponsor time.
So that's a big matzo ball.
That is a big matzo ball.
Gary, let us know about this month's sponsor for Codex.
Comic Logic is a sponsor of the Codex Station. We are proud to be a sponsor. We are Loudoun County, Virginia's only comic book store. We would love to have you come see us. Matter of fact, Sapphire came saw us today. We had a little setup at the Blend Coffee joint in Ashburn where we set up there. We saw a few people, sold a few books. Sapphire came in, bought the first book of the night. So thank you for that, buddy. So we have our next big event is on Sunday, October 27th. It's our fall lot con. And that's where we turn our parking lot into a mini Comic Con. We'll have 30 plus vendors there. There'll be comics, there'll be toys, there'll be local authors, local artists, all kinds of fun things for people to come and see, see things that are related to the comic field there. And you get to come to Comic Logic. You get to see my buddy Damien from Warthog Comics, which is my personal comic dealer. He'll be on the inside with some beautiful, beautiful books that you see on walls. And, they're so nice. That's where you see books like that quality and caliber. And plus, you get to meet all the people from Comic Logic. And there's a pretty good chance you might be seeing some Codex people there. Sal and Dan have come to the last several lot cons. We do one in the spring, one in the fall. And the one in the fall is usually a trunk or treat. We make it a Halloween special. So please bring your kids. Have them dress up in their costumes. We'll have candy for them. They can trick or treat while they're there. So it's just a really great family environment. We'd love to see you. So if you're in Northern Virginia on Sunday, October 27th, please come see us. We would love to make your acquaintance.
Chris will be there too.
Chris, now listen, don't let that stop you from coming.
Codex by de facto.
Don't let that stop you. We muzzle him. We'll put him on. I'll have him on a tight chain. He'll be okay. If you don't just pet him until you approach him, and let him sniff your hand before he does.
Oh, Bouge, you'll love it, dude.
No, you got to come out, Bouge, man. We'd love to see you, brother.
Yeah,
love to see you. And all kidding aside, Chris is a great guy.
Oh,
as you all.
Oh yeah, Chris is a good guy.
The
trunk or treat.
The tail end I'll put on this is Chris. When I finally got to meet him, we hit it off. It was great, moving boxes and Comic Logic, getting things set up. Yeah, and we really got the chance to talk and shoot the shit. And when we went out to dinner that night on Monday, he sat with me and the kids, and we all had a table conversation. It was great.
I looked over and Tim and Chris were feeding one another. It was
that is correct, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Yes, Sal, we were exactly like that. We were cheek to cheek. It was beautiful.
Chris will, everyone's there passing out candy. Chris will be there.
He'll
be there passing out candy from the back of a van that has a sunset painted on the side of it.
I thought he would just be passed out
on the inside.
He'll pop his trunk of his Dodge Challenger.
Sweetening the pot by adding Chris.
Oh my God! And I want Chris and Snoop are the same, Bougie.
Yeah, they're the same, right? They're the two sides of the same flawed coin.
All right, there you go. All right, show us the loot. There we are.
Adam was saying today he couldn't wait to see what we got. So.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna start us off. I love your kids; they rock. Chris, they loved you too, man.
We enjoyed having Tim's little subunits here too.
Oh, Gary, they loved your wife.
Oh, you want to know
loved
something
Chris.
funny? I got to take a picture of it and send it to you, Tim. You know, as I said, I had to leave the con a little early Friday because I had to pick my daughter Emily up from school. She's 6. She's in first grade. I had to pick her up and take her to my aunt's who was watching her for the weekend because my wife was out of town. So when Emily came, I left the con as soon as it ended Sunday because I had to go pick her up from my aunt's. When we got home, she went and she was looking, she has, beside our kitchen, she has her own little kitchen setup. She's got a little toy fridge and she's got a little toy like sink and microwave and oven and all that. And, she's got this whole little thing, and I'll have to send the picture to you. She saw it and she said, somebody has moved my. So Tim's kids were very amused by her little kitchen setup, and where you can have the ice cream, the magnets that stack on top of each other, and some of the others, and this little toy mixer she has that you could pull the.
Ethan was playing with that stuff all weekend.
Yeah, hit the button and do that. I kept joking around with him. I was like, you like the little 6-year-old's toy setup. She came and saw it and knew that somebody had moved stuff. So she wrote out a sign that said, like, do not touch. And that is now taped. That's now taped to her.
Wow. That's great.
So that everyone knows not to mess with her setup.
Ethan moved everything.
She noticed.
Tim's kids, like my wife, even though she had them do their homework.
They were very appreciative of that, by the way. They thought that was really cool because I asked them
their homework.
I asked them about that. I was like, "She had you do your homework?" They were like, "Yeah." I said, "Did you do it all?" They said, "Yeah." She gave us a half hour. I said, "Did you get it done?" "Yeah, we got it done." Okay.
She's a rock star. She's awesome.
She is she's
ladies and gentlemen, marry up in life. That's the secret to happiness.
Gary did, guys.
Marry above your station.
All right. We've been teasing these guys enough. It's time to show some stuff. This is all you get to see. That's it. All right. So I'm going to show you the stuff that I was given and the stuff that I bought, and then I'll show you autographs. So first things first, the greatest gift that anybody could give me is a gift of when you remember me talking about how awesome I think something is. And Gary did exactly that. And Strange Flying Saucers Adventures. Look at this.
There we go.
Nice.
Super DC Giant.
There you go.
Super happy is what it is. That is absolutely fantastic. I've been loving this book every time you show it. Who Wants Drugs? I've been in love with this book.
Yes,
it's absolutely fantastic, and I've been eyeing it since you've been showing it, Gary, and I'm very glad that I now have a copy from you.
Oh, my
pleasure. It's too bad that aliens are not real. I mean, come on.
Sal
says that.
Honey, sweetie, baby.
If he had read that book, he would know.
He would know, but he doesn't, Gary. He's not in the know.
He doesn't know.
But this was in Gary's collection. Now it is in my collection. So there's that.
Gary upgraded and got a super sweet copy. So.
Yeah, but this one,
hand me down.
I'm okay with that. This one I didn't have, and Gary, I'll let you tell the story of why you give this book to people. This is Justice League 200.
Oh yeah, you're not the only one that walked away with one of those.
Yeah,
Justice League 200 is the greatest anniversary issue. In my not so humble opinion, it is the greatest anniversary issue ever, and it is fantastic. And Tim, you have to read it. You have to read it. It's a great wraparound George Perez cover.
Yes.
He did the framing sequences, and they had the Justice League is famous for breaking the team into sub teams and fighting a foe, which came out of the old JSA. Gardner Fox is the one that created this, this mechanism, and he also wrote the early Justice League stories. So that's what they do. They break into smaller teams and fight, and they did this in each of these individual chapters. The artist that does that does these chapters correlates with the characters, like Jim Aparo did the Aquaman and the Phantom Stranger chapter. Gil Kane did the Atom and Green Lantern chapter. Let's see, a young, early in his career, Brian Boland did the Green Arrow, Black Canary, and Batman that looked fantastic. Carmen Infantino did Flash and Elongated Man. So along those lines, so Joe Kubrick did Hawkman and Superman. So, but Perez doing Richard, you got to pick up this book. And this book is not expensive. It's not expensive. This book is wonderful. And they even take a swipe at the Avengers. If you like a little bit of comic trash talking, when the Justice League is fully assembled, it says they don't need any fancy catchphrases because they are simply the greatest super team there ever was.
That's right.
Yeah, so it's a great book. Like I said, you will owe me a report on that, my friend.
Oh, the book report is getting written, but the one that we're going to be talking about this Christmas is the Lobo Paramilitary Special.
Yes.
There you go. So for those that don't have it, I like to give this book out too.
Yeah.
I got 4 words for you: Santa, Lobo, knife fight. That's all you need to know. You don't need to know anything else.
We'll be talking more about that in
read the tagline on that.
It says, warning, content contains bad taste in the form of ultraviolence, icon bashing, and the finger. More offensive than Christmas usually is.
That's it. More offensive than Christmas usually is.
All right. Moving right along. These are books that Gary got for me months ago. Just finally got them. Showed my nieces this, my teenage nieces, and this was their favorite cover.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So this, along with this next one, completes
you are finito
run. Yep,
I'm finito, buddy.
All the way. Next, Gary, you got these for me. Only took you what, 10 seconds to find them?
Yeah.
Yeah,
James, I told you to read. James said, "Oh, he doesn't have them," or you told me. I said, "Okay, fine."
Yeah, I had the B cover for 1007, but
the B cover special because you said you couldn't read it because you didn't have both issues.
Yep.
I'm like, okay. I went to one place because I knew I'd find them there, and there they are.
Sure
and I gave to Jamie, and I threw him some money because Jamie had a stack. I said, "Give these to Tim."
Yeah. So I'm very happy about that. I have that and the A cover.
I am vengeance, right? Not Batman. He says, "I am the Knight."
I love this.
Kyle Hott's art, Peter Tomasi writing.
Yeah.
Great 2-issue story. Recommend it to everybody.
These adventure comics I found in the half off booth, Gary, and you pointed these out to me. Yep. I'm so glad I bought them. There was the Alien Worlds there, but I didn't pick those up. I got these instead. So look at this. Wrath of God Spectre, ladies and gentlemen.
Old Testament Spectre.
Yeah. That's right. So this is Adventure 438.
Jim Aparo. Michael writing it.
And then we have Adventure 437.
Yeah.
This one's a little beat up, but I'm okay with that. I got it.
Those covers are all dope, baby.
Yeah. This is my favorite cover out of these, though. This is Adventure 432.
Oh, 32. That's
great.
I love that cover. Yeah. So I'm glad I got those. I now have 4 of the 10 for the entire run of the Spectre and Adventure comics.
Those were a good price too.
Oh, half off. So 4, 8. I paid $13 for all 3.
Chris, I got a copy of that Lobo book for you right here, buddy.
There you go.
I got it.
I got your Lobo right here.
Get your Lobo right. Get your cover enhancement right here.
Now, this one I found, Gary, and you seem pretty intrigued by this because you attached my name to it. Tales Too Terrible to Tell, issue number 1.
There you go.
Tim the Terrible.
Tales to Tim the Terrible to Tell.
There you go. So when I was walking by, I saw it, and I didn't see the NEC. I just saw EC, and I was like, whoa, wait a minute. What the hell's that? I'll get that. That looks cool. But then I saw the NEC on there, which doesn't bother me. Like right there's the tick. So, but to have it, I love the cover. I think it looks great. Next, at the half off booth, I found an awesome Wizard number 18. Check this out.
Lobo is the main man, Boosh. He had a new Lobo book this week too.
I love that. That's a great one.
Yeah, that's a classic Bart Sears cover.
That's right, Dan. You and I were talking about that. I was like, "Who the hell is that?" I thought it was somebody else, but you were like, "Nope, that's Bart Sears."
It's Bart Sears. The way he draws muscles and anatomy. It's very distinctive.
Yeah. All right. Next, this I got at Comic Logic. This is we did a review of this Dan, and it was because of you. I fell in love with this series, and when I saw it, I grabbed it. And this was half off too. So this is Mystery Men issues 1 through 5.
Oh, I love that.
And that came from Chris's collection.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I so wish that they had done a sequel to that series.
Oh, I would have loved to have read it.
It was set up for them to do a sequel.
You're welcome, Chris.
There you go. I did get another set, Vandroid, that is around here somewhere. But I think I have it in my room. I think I might have been reading it. But I did pick up this too. This is the One More Day storyline. This is the worst storyline in the world. But I do need, well, it's by Dan Slott and Joe Quesada. But I do need the issues, so I got all of those.
There you go.
So there's that.
No, that wasn't Slott. That was J. Michael Straczynski.
Oh yeah, Straczynski. That was the one that
Slott took over as the writer for Brand New Day. After that, Straczynski disliked it so much that he asked his name to be taken off of it in the last issue.
Yeah, this was Quesada's.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, because he so disagreed with what they were telling him to do, he didn't want his name to be on it.
Well, all right. Now it is time for signatures. So, first things first, this is something that Gary got done for me a while ago, and I was able to get him when I got to Gary's place on Sunday. No, I didn't get him Sunday. I got him Monday morning.
You got my place Sunday night, but everybody's too tired.
Yeah, but these signatures are beautiful, and I will show you the trade dress one first. Look at that.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, Brendan Wayne. Yep.
Brendan
Wayne.
That's gorgeous. But what looks really cool is this Virgin variant that says to Tim, "This is the way."
Nice.
I like that.
That's great. I love that.
Yeah, right up top. Looks perfect. All right. So moving right along, at the half off booth, they had this box, a short box full of signatures. Sal, you and I were digging through these, and we were able to find a Mark Waid signature.
Nice.
On Flash 101.
Which was good considering he was a last minute cancellation.
Yeah. Now, this one, I think, is the one I...
Yeah,
it was so bad we later got Zeb Wells. That is 100% true. This one I'm really excited about because it's got 2 signatures on there that would be difficult for me to get. So I already have the issue, but not with these signatures. This is the Spectre number 11, and right up here is John Ostrander's signature.
Oh, that's cool.
Right there, way up there. This nice little.
I remember when you pulled that book. You were like, Ostrander.
I'm getting that. Yeah, so right there's John Ostrander. Right down there is the person that painted this cover, Greg Hildebrandt. That's right. Yeah, he was supposed to be there too, so he canceled. Yep. So I got signatures from 2 people that canceled.
Now you gotta get Mandrake to sign it and complete the trifecta.
Well, if he goes to Baltimore next year, that's a possibility.
He does have Spectre books signed by Mandrake, though.
I have 3 of them. 4 of them. I have 4 signed by Mandrake.
Oh, then all you got to do is cut his signature off one of those and tape it to that.
Well,
just take some paper and trace on it.
Instead of cutting, I'll just use this, and I'll
knife safety. Knife safety,
around.
please.
Yeah, do it like what Sal does and wave it
around. Is that
what
OJ did? OJ had knife safety?
No, it did not. This I got for Wes.
Look, it's my favorite stabbing knife.
This I got for Wes. As soon as I saw it, pulled it out. My house husband, I had to get something for him.
You pulled out what and gave it to Wes?
A lot of things, but this one is a comic book. So it's kind of like a promise ring that we're promising to be together forever if we promise to be together forever. But he won't give me an answer. So,
Keith, you were right, brother.
Paul Ryan, right there.
Nice.
Fantastic Four, number 377. This Wes said this was the era that he got into Fantastic Four as a series.
Did you give Wes did you show Wes the special picture of you in FF1?
Yeah, I did.
Where
he
you
laughed.
Saluted him?
He laughed. He thought that was funny. Yeah, I think 375 was the first one he bought off the rack. So this is only a couple issues after that. And
Nice.
again, right there's that Paul Ryan signature.
Yeah, right on the thing's crotch.
Right where it needs to be. Now, Sal, this is the one that you and I got together. We pulled this out. You got issues 1 and 2, which you guys will see in a little bit. But I just grabbed book 2, and the signature is gorgeous. I wish I had penmanship like this. This is Adam Kubert.
Yeah, beautiful.
Nice.
In that, bougie, that FF cover is great.
It's, that Adam Strange cover might find its way into our Adam Strange show in a few weeks.
Ooh.
Yes.
Well, very worth it. The signature placement, I love it. Yeah, the Invisible Woman costume.
It's invisible scat, that costume. I like it.
So that is all that I purchased. Now we're going to get into stuff that I got signed and the kids got signed. So the first thing I'm going to show you is G. Willow Wilson, Poison Ivy #1. That woman was amazing. Every time I went up to her booth, nobody was there. I went up 3 times on 3 different days. And on the Sunday, she's like, "Oh, Tim, my favorite customer." I was like, "I got more books for you." But this is to Graceland. So this is signed to my daughter.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Graceland was very happy to get that. Yeah. Adam Strange covers pretty cool. Hell yeah, it is. This one is Poison Ivy #11. Now, I'm going to show you the name that it's signed to and then tell you why it was misspelled. Poison Ivy #11 to Brasiah, signed G. Willow Wilson. My niece's name is Prasiah with a P, but with it being as loud as it was there, she didn't really hear me too well. And as she started writing, I was like, well, there ain't much I can do about that now. So there you go. Brasiah, this book is for you. Wonderful. Loves it.
You know what you're going to have to do in the future for that is, and like this series, just have a card or a Post-it note and write the name. Like, and this is for anyone out there that has a, say, unique name.
Yeah.
Write it on a card and then just give it to them, and and then they can see it right there. I mean, think about it. Like you said, cons can be loud.
Yeah.
They could not be sure. Just have it written there and they can go, oh, okay.
This is a book that my son got. These books, with the exception of 2, came from his collection. So he got Bob Hall to sign this. Bob Hall did the cover work only, not the interior. But this is Solo Avengers starring Hawkeye and Moon Knight #3. The Bob Hall signature right there.
Nice.
Yeah, pretty cool. I wish Bob Hall would have signed it like right along the line, but that works too.
Yeah.
Then I got this signed from Philip Kennedy Johnson. Super cool, super awesome dude. I had a great conversation with him on multiple occasions over the course of the weekend. You will be seeing him here on Codex sometime before the end of the year. That's in the works, so be prepared. But this is a great Delato cover, I believe, and he signed it for Ethan with thanks, Philip Kennedy Johnson.
That's cool.
Yeah, great cover. My son made out like a bandit with these signatures. Ghost Rider #48. This is also one that was signed to Ethan. This was signed by Ron Garney. Look at that. Beautiful signature placement too.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
Super cool. Yeah, he was very excited about that. Ethan was with me when we did that. These next 3 are kind of special though, right here. So these are 3 books that my son bought with his own money. Like with the book that I got with my own money, most creators are super nice and cool. Most of them are, yes. And luckily, this convention, everybody was a treat to talk to. But these 3 books here, like with Amazing Spider-Man 351, that's the book I bought with my own money the first time. These 3 books, Legends of the Dark Knight #66, 68, and 65, Ethan bought with his own money. It was $1 a piece. So he got them signed by the artist Joe Staton. So right there, Joe Staton signed that for him, and Ethan handed them to him himself, and all of that stuff. Got to talk to him, shake his hand. It was really cool. No, not amputee love. Next, Joe Staton signature right there. Beautiful signature placement too. Absolutely love that.
Nice.
And then this one right here, he signed in silver.
That's cool.
I like it when the creators.
Charming fellow, and his wife comes to all the cons with him.
Oh yeah, yeah, she was really cool too. Go ahead, Sal.
I like it when the artists actually take the time to figure out the best color to place the signature on.
Yeah,
with, you know.
And yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was just agreeing. Yeah, like some of the books I got, when I show the signatures off, you'll see. All right, that was a good color for him. Some of them, it's like maybe black was not the best choice for that cover, but yeah.
Well, here's another one that Ethan got. This is his favorite artist, Ryan Otley. He does the artwork on Invincible, or did for that matter. But this book was a book that Ethan bought at Nirvana for $3. Tim is loaded with cool covers. Oh, bougie. I'm just wet. I'm just getting the water warm. Wait until these guys show you the stuff they got. But Ethan bought this for $3 at Nirvana. This was his favorite cover out of all the Invincible issues he had. So got that signed by Ryan Otley.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But the coolest thing is the trade paperback that he had that he got signed by Ryan Otley that says, for Ethan R. Otley.
Nice.
Love it. Yes.
That's great.
All right. Now we're going to get into my stuff. So you've seen everybody else's. Now this is mine's. Jim Calafori signed this to Tim, and the signature's right there. Kind of blends in with everything. But the point is that it's there. And it looks better on screen than it does in person.
And he's super nice, too.
Oh, he was great. He was awesome. Great guy.
Dude.
Dan and I interviewed him last year when we were at Baltimore.
Yeah.
Gary has consistently harassed him to do an art piece for him that to finish out a Justice Society series that he was doing.
Well, no, Gary hasn't harassed him. He has kind of gotten on Gary. Come on, are you going to finally commission? Yeah, I need a Wildcat, and I've been waiting.
It's because it's all. If you watch the Uncle Gary video in the room where he's got all these kind of like splatter kind of art JSA pictures, they're all
like
great.
A Calafori room.
Yeah, but it's missing the Wildcat. It's because it was it like a dentist in Florida that was commissioning all these paintings from him, and then he stopped. And he told me last year, he's like, if Gary wants it, he's just gonna have to pay me to finish it.
Yeah, I know. And I was hoping that guy would decide he'd want a Wildcat, but that's not going to happen now because I found out he passed away.
Oh,
so it's like, oh man, I got to do it now.
Well, let's go ahead and show the rest of these so you guys can get into what you have. This is Mark Buckingham, signed it to Tim with a nice little thing.
Oh, Buckingham is so nice.
Oh, that's cool.
Super cool, dude. He did the interior work, not the cover.
Yeah, Buckingham is such a nice guy. You know, he's most recognized for his Fables work.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is
super nice.
Here's my Bob Hall signature. This is Shadow Man number 10. This is when Bob Hall took over the book, and Dan and I interviewed Bob Hall, which you can catch right here on Codex 2. Lots of great information about this. But yeah, his signature's right there. Bob Hall was really cool. Yeah,
and I went and got his signature first, and I told him, I was like, thanked him for doing the interview with us. And I said, the guy did the interview with me, Tim. He's coming. I'm just letting you know he's coming over here. He's got Shadow Man stuff for you to sign.
Yeah, 100%. He knew who I was as soon as I walked up to him. This one I got. This is Ron Garney. I got this signed for me. Dan, I think you were with me when I was getting these signatures, right?
Not for Garney, no.
No, it was just who was with me. One of you was with me. I can't remember who.
I don't think it was me.
Was it you, Sal?
I don't think so.
Maybe it was just Ethan. But to Tim, Ron Garney, look at that.
Yeah.
Beautiful
That's
cover.
awesome. I think it was Ethan. I don't think I was with you for that.
Okay.
Now that's good. That's good signature placement on there.
Yeah, 100%. Now this one is important to me. Alex Suviak, however you pronounce his name, was one of my favorite artists on Web of Spider-Man. He made the series to me, and Web number 100, the first and last appearance of the Spider Armor. I got that signed by Suviak right there.
Nice.
That's cool.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
He's a good dude. He's a good dude too.
Oh, he was great. I ran into him on Saturday. I was like, my books are way down in the back, sir, but I just wanted to tell you how awesome you are, how you made me want to read Web Spider-Man. And he's like, man, that's awesome. That's great. I said, I'll be here tomorrow and I'll bring these books.
He also did the newspaper strip for a long time.
That's right. One of the coolest signatures I've ever seen is Keith Champagne. And I'm going to show this to you. So this book, what is this? World War III, The Valiant, issue number 1. I bought at McKay's for $1, and it already came with one signature already, which was the artist. Keith Champagne is the writer, and look at this. So you got this here, which was already there, and then Keith's signature here. Keith Champagne.
Nice.
I love it.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Look at that. So now I got that dual signed, and they picked the perfect spots to put those signatures. Next to Jose Luis Garcia Lopez.
Another great guy.
Awesome dude. His signatures are, this was a highlight for me. I wanted these books signed more than a lot of the others. But this is DC Comics Presents number 1. This is one of a number of races that they've done. But the Flash and Superman are on the cover, and now Mr. Lopez signature is right there.
That's cool.
Yeah, very cool.
Because
I remember him looking, and he's
Very
like,
nice.
where can I put this? Right here. So that's why Superman's tripping, because of the signature.
Oh yeah.
But this Dead Man issue, this is Dead Man number 3. The cover is unreal, and the signature placement is equally cool.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
great cover.
Yeah, it sure is. He's just classic.
Yeah, classic dude. Peter Tomasi, this is Detective 1007. This is the B cover. I had to run and catch his signature because he had about 30 minutes on Sunday before he was packing up. So yeah, I got that right down there in silver.
Yep.
Nice.
That's
Love
cool.
that.
He is a great dude to talk to too.
Oh yeah, we got to talk for a few minutes about the Spectre omnibus. That's never going to happen, and how upset we all are about it. It was because you even told me, Gary, because you were standing there when I came back. I was like, I gotta go. I gotta get this book signed, and you were like, ask him about this. He'll talk to you about it, and that's exactly what I did. Yeah, such an amazing artist. He's wonderful. He
always looked happy. Every time I walked by his booth and he was signing, he looked happy all the time.
Oh yeah. These next 2 books are by G. Willow Wilson. She was given this one away for free, and I think it's because of a printing error on the cover. Looks like the rollers didn't press the color down. But this is Sandman Universe, The Dreaming Waking issue number 11. Tim went to the con and said, give me all your sweet ass covers. Hell yeah, I did. But she signed this. It was free, so I asked her to personalize it for me, and she did.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, nice.
And you can see kind of right here where the color roll didn't exactly sit very well. But that's okay. I don't care. I got a sweet signature.
And you know what? As comic fans, the only thing that we like more than comics are comics that have errors. It means that they're more scarce.
You better believe it. This one I also got personalized after I got everybody else their own books. I got the last copy I had left of my own stuff for her to sign, and it says to Tim G. Willow Wilson, Poison Ivy number 12.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Let's take a selfie. So there you go. The next 2 are my proudest pieces that I got, and I'll show you the Philip Kennedy Johnson signature first. So this is Incredible Hulk number 8. We had a huge conversation. I think Gary, you were at the booth with me, or Dan or Sal, one of you guys were, or I might have been by myself. I don't know. It all bleeds together, ladies and gentlemen.
It does.
But he created Ghost Rider 44.
I think I was with you here.
We have talked about this character at length on just about every other episode of Comics Unleashed because we all love this book. And there's a line that he says in issue 7, I think, where he says, like, he's the fight is over. They fought these demons and whatever, and he's sitting there on his bike, and he looks at the girl that Hulk is taking care of, and he says, "Don't have a cigarette, do you?" She goes, "No," and he goes, "Damn, that sucks," and disappears. I had him write that on the cover, so right here, "Don't have a cigarette, do you?" Tim the Terrible, Philip Kennedy Johnson,
and
right there.
For those that don't know, there is going to be an upcoming Ghost Rider 44 series.
Oh, you better believe it.
Philip Kennedy Johnson.
Gary, what's the name of that new Ghost Rider? Do you know the name of that new Ghost Rider?
Yeah, his name is Sal.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. But he created him before he knew you.
He heard about my presence.
He will put a Gary character in the book for me. So we'll see.
Oh, now this is the one I'm the most proud of. And I showed this to you guys as soon as I got to the booth. This is during the reign of the Superman number 78. Dan Jurgens and Brett Breeding did the artwork. So this is where Cyborg Superman takes over the title, who we all know is, evil and nasty and
Henshaw.
Bad things. Yeah, exactly.
Henshaw.
But look at this. So Brett Breeding signed it first, and he signed it in blue, beautiful blue. And then Dan Jurgens was right next to him, and I said, "Dan, would you sign this book for me?" He goes, "Yeah." And he got a black pen out, and I said, "Would you mind to do it in red?" And he goes, "Oh, yeah, sure." So look at the result. Just a minute. What is that? Oh, that's the eye for breeding. Look at this. This is wonderful.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Golly. This is
awesome.
what I'm most proud of, most happy that I got, and I've got more for that I want to do. So in each empty space here, when I go back to Baltimore, if they're there, I'm paying for remarks. One from Dan Jurgens, one from Brett Breeding.
Nice.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's
awesome. Awesome. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's my haul. Sal, you're next in line, good sir. Why don't you go ahead and show it off?
All right. Very good. Very good.
Stuff.
All right. So let's start off with the big book then. Let's go ahead and start this off.
Yeah, you already teased the corner of it.
I already teased enough of it. So, yep, this was my number one book, and it is Green Lantern number 87.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Woo, nice.
Nice.
8.0. And it was another one of those. I got it confused what we were talking about earlier. It was the same thing. We were passing by, Tim and I were passing by the stand, and I saw it up in the corner.
Yeah.
Type of thing, and I said, "Hold on, Tim.
I was with you when you got that."
Yep. And this is just after I sold this the first set of slabs, so I had to pay for this. And Dan and Gary, I gotta echo their comments on this. Cash is king. You can always guaranteed knock off a little bit on the price to get that book.
Yeah.
I remember what you said. You said Friday you didn't see the book anywhere, and you were asking, and nobody had it. And then all of a sudden Saturday,
that's when he came up and said, "Con sucks. This is horrible. I'm having the worst time ever." Saturday, however, was a very different story.
What I thought was funny too at the con is that purple X-Men cover where Wolverine's like
251
crucified on the X.
252.
Yeah, that was like a $5 book. And now it's like on the back, since Deadpool and Wolverine, it's on the back of all the walls at all these booths. I thought was pretty funny.
Yep. All right. So next up is a from Potential Comics. This was a stand that was directly across from the Codex table, and I kept hearing their spiel.
Oh yeah.
Every single time they would say it, and I would catch. Thank you, Bougie. There's more coming, so stand by for that.
Oh, 100%.
So I kept hearing like different parts of their spiel, and I'm like, I gotta listen to this whole thing because it sounds really interesting. So this is Spellslinger, and he signed it for me as well. It was $5 or $10, for it, so it was not bad. And the story is kind of like a mashup or a mix of if Lord of the Rings was in the Wild West. Okay, so this is like a Texas Ranger type of guy who's out patrolling the West and protecting or bringing in people that are using magic for evil. And it just sounded really interesting. I have not read it yet, but the artwork in it is actually really, really
we were digging through this when we were sitting at the booth together.
It is good.
And it's like, oh my God, this looks really interesting, and it's really well drawn. And the black and white really stands out. As you can see, there's a little bit of blue right there, but that's, only here and there in the book. But I haven't read it yet, but it looks interesting enough. And I think it was $10. It was worth the money. Well worth the money. All right. So next up, this is Flash Gordon #1 Quarterly. This is by Louis Southard. And what I got him to sign it to Sal the Slab Guy, Louis Southard. They are. This is not part of the continue series that's on right now, the ongoing series. This is something a little bit different. They are going to be the people that created the Flash multiverse. So what you're seeing right here is actually a version of King Voltan on there. So thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, Gordon's alive. All right, so let's go ahead and show off this one, Tim. This is the one I got from you, the Scarlet one from Nirvana Comics.
From Deegan.
And I got Deegan to sign it right there. Look how he signed it right on the yellow line, which is pretty cool.
To Sal the Slab Guy.
And he has to Sal the Slab Guy.
Nice.
Really, really nicely done. All right. And yes, Incredible Hulk #8.
Yeah.
With our Ghost Rider up there.
Yeah, we're twins,
Kenny Johnson.
Sal. Twins.
Yes, we are. So for Sal the Slab Guy on that one. All right. Now, this book here, this was a freebie. Let me get that business card out of the way so you can see the cover better. But this guy came around promoting his book.
Oh, nice.
Woodstake. Yeah, Woodstake. I have no idea. I forget what it was about.
I must not have been at the booth when
you were not at the booth. I think I was alone at the booth when he came by.
Well, you weren't alone. You had the kids' company, and they were nosing their phones.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I could have dropped dead. They wouldn't even notice.
But like Sal said, he was alone.
It wasn't alone.
Sal, all right, kids? Well, I don't know.
I don't know. He's grunting every few minutes. So yeah.
Yeah, these two.
Yeah. So here's stuff from the Half Price books. Adam Strange 1 and 2. And signed by Adam Kubert. And the signature is just freaking amazing on the.
We got video of this, guys, but just looking at these books, like as soon as we both saw them, we were like, get them.
It says 15 on there, but these were half price, so $7.50.
That book will probably, not just the cover, but that'll probably be in the Adam Strange or required reading too.
Nice.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be. I've got a pin-up on there. These books actually came towards the end of the con. Dan was with me on this dig, and I picked up some back issues of Amazing Spider-Man.
Show both of them.
I will. Don't worry. I'll get to it.
You got 2 of them?
So yeah, the second book, I actually got 2. But look, one's a newsstand, and one's a direct. So
don't make it seem like that you bought 2 of them that were like that
on purpose.
I was like, oh wow, this is pretty cool. No, I was just going through it. The guy's books were not in order, so when I saw the 291 came up again, I had my phone open and I said, "Oh, 291, I don't have it. Throw it in the stack." And I kept going through. Oh, 291, I don't have it. Throw it in the stack. That type of thing.
God.
So, but I got to give Dan a shout out for this one. I was like at like $36 of books, for these because these were all half price as well, and I needed something. I just wanted to round it up to a nice even number, and Dan found this one, Daredevil #91.
Mr. Fear.
That's such a cool cover. I told Sal, I said, if you don't buy it, I am.
Yeah, if you don't buy that. Well, that sealed the deal for me. I went, okay, I'll buy it.
That's cool. I like that.
But it was so funny, though, when he got back to the table and he's kind of like putting the stuff in order. He's like, shit, I bought this twice.
I know. It's like,
but look, one's direct, one's newsstand.
So technically, they're still different.
Yeah.
All right. So next up are some pretty.
cool it is the black costume. It is kind of Venomish, and we know that he likes to have 36 copies of every issue of Venom. So.
That is very true.
36. Are you sure about that?
I'm sure I'm lowballing.
Yeah. All right.
Being conservative.
I picked up Green Lantern #75.
Look at that.
Nice.
That is a precursor. Mm-hmm. Last issue before a big change.
That's right. That is right. And then I picked up this one. This is #89.
Yeah, last issue of the series, but it got canceled after that.
Right, the Hard Traveling Hero storyline. So, so that was a great pickup to add to my collection. Now,
is this the big one?
This is one of the big ones.
Okay.
This is like my third book that I was
This
looking
isn't
for.
the other big one.
This is the other. I'm saving that one for
okay.
down there. Okay, don't worry. So this one I saw on Sunday, and I had it up on the rack. He also had a slab version, but it was Green Lantern number 59.
Oh, that's
69?
a big deal,
Yeah,
guys.
59.
Mhm.
Yep, 59.
Guy Gardner,
My favorite Green Lantern.
And
Yeah.
and the book is
Baltimore's
really,
own Guy Gardner.
Yeah.
that's right. It is really in good condition. It's got a
It
couple of
is.
spine ticks right there,
Mhm.
and it's got a little bit of a line through the eaves, which can be probably pre-pressed out. So, yes, it was listed for $300. I did not pay $300 because I had cash. Because I had cash. It was Sunday afternoon, so
Mhm.
we let it go for a little bit less than that. So another stand, I got X-Men number 25.
Yeah.
Nice. El
El
Tigre.
Tigre.
Yep. And then X-Men
Red
number
Raven.
44.
Nice. Love it.
Now, this is not a glitch in the Matrix, but at the next, at Warhog stand, Damien's stand, Warhog Comics.
Did
carries,
you pick up another first John Stewart?
No, I did
We got
not.
another.
I did
We got
I did
another
pick up
copy of that
another
Amazing Spider-Man.
X-Men number
book.
44.
Oh,
This
God.
one's much better shape, so I'm going to keep this one, and I'm going to sell the other one to Tim for $5 million.
Hi.
Okay. So I also got an X-Men number 53.
Ooh, very nice.
And here is book number 2 that I was searching for, and I was hoped to get. But I got
There it is.
X-Men 94.
Nice.
Oh,
Now it's from
gee.
Damien. Yep.
Mhm.
Nice.
That's
So,
a
yep.
big boy book right there.
So those are the 3 books. I got a couple other things to show, but those were the 3 books: GL 87, X-Men 94, and then if I saw it and had the money for it,
Yeah.
Green Lantern 59.
Yeah.
And because I sold those slabs, I actually used that money I got from all the slabs for all those books. So
Yeah.
it
Nice.
worked out pretty nice. So at the show, John Wesley Shipp was there, and I
Yeah.
got my picture taken with him, and he gave me this, and he did say for Sal the Slab Guy
Yeah.
Nice.
on the picture.
Well, give me the cue,
Nice.
Sal, and I'll show this beautiful
And
print.
Pam, keep
I
working
know,
on those
I know.
X-Men. Keep working on
So
those X-Men.
next to him, but go ahead and show that now, because next to him is.
Hang on.
Oh, we
Get it
gotta
out.
yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead,
Then-
Sal. Keep talking.
Next to him was Sam J. Jones. He got a little glare there. He got it angled a little bit better.
There we go.
Flash Gordon himself. He signed it, Sal the Slab Guy, for me. This guy, he's not only tall as shit, but man, he is funny. He is so funny. I'm up there, and how you get to the booth or the table, and he's kind of like chatting with everybody.
He
at
was
the
like
table.
20 feet from us.
Yeah, he was just right around the corner.
Yeah.
And he was chatting with everybody, and it was, he was making jokes and stuff like that. And then the handler that's next to him, her phone goes off, and she goes, "Mr. Jones, that's our 10-minute alarm for lunch." And he's like, "Lunch?" He's like, "That's that room that's like 10 or 15 minutes away, right?" And she's like, I don't know. And he turns to another handler, it's like right over here, and he's like, "Hey," he goes, "that lunchroom, is that like a 10 to 15 minute walk?" He goes, "Yeah, it's about 15. He's like, "Well, that's 15 up, 15 down. That's 30 minutes. No, they're gonna bring me my food right here. I'm not doing that.
I'm
They're
not
gonna
going
bring me
anywhere.
Well, I'm not going anywhere. They're gonna bring my food right here." I'm like, "Oh, yeah, okay, all right."
There
Very
you
cool.
go.
So where's the I'm missing the card. That sucks.
What card?
So, the also part of the package.
Oh,
with
the
Sam J.
football
Jones
card.
was the football card. I don't know what happened.
That
to that.
is in your print bag. The prints
My
you
print-
got from William Anderson, who was sitting next to us.
I took it out.
Oh,
I took it out.
It was
but I
a
don't know where I put it.
it was a Jets football card, ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen.
it was a Jets.
'cause-
Sam J. Jones Jets football card.
Yeah, Flash
yep.
Gordon was
Mhm.
the Jets quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
So on Sunday, saw this Treasury Size Edition book here.
Nice.
And now
That's
he
cool.
had this priced at 45. He was really hard to budge, but he let it go for 40. So I didn't really
Nice.
save too much in there. But once again, because I had cash.
Yep.
All right.
Mhm.
So the guy next to us, directly next
William
to us,
Anderson.
William Anderson, had prints for sale. He
Yeah.
also does comics, but this was a Blade print that's
Oh,
just
yeah.
freaking amazing.
I didn't show my prints. I'll do that after you're done, Sal.
Yep,
It'll take 2 seconds. I only got
Yep.
2.
Yep. So yep. He was a cool guy, really nice to talk to,
Yep.
and that was pretty cool. All right, last slab of the night. Can we guess what it is?
No.
Dan knows. Dan, no,
No, he's quiet.
Yeah, so this was at the half price books as well because they had slabs there.
Oh, I remember. Yes.
Yeah,
I was gonna say it's too obvious that it's a Venom.
It's funny because when me and Tim were walking over there, we're gonna film some. I was like, "Hey, if they got that Venom slab, do you want me to pick it up for you?" You just hit me back with it. He's like, "Yeah." All right, which one is it? He's like, "Oh, it's a Venom book with a black cover." And then he just leaves it at that, and I look at him for a second. I was like, "You want to be a little more specific? A Venom with a black cover." You just described like half the fucking Venom books that are out there.
More than half. But I was trying to think of the number. What happened was my brain just kind of froze. That's why I was trying to think of the issue number. But so the case is kind of scuffed up, but that's okay. I'll send it off for reholdering and it'll come back nice and clean.
Yeah.
So that is it for me.
All right, guys.
Great haul, buddy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%. Real quick, I'm going to dive in here and show you the prints I got. I got this one. I got prints for friends. They already got theirs, but these are the ones that I kept for me. William Anderson next door to us. Wonderful dude. This beautiful story.
Yeah, that was nice.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And that
he was a really nice guy too. I talked to him.
Yeah.
Talked to him somewhere and sitting there about, because he's done the con a bunch of times and, it was our first time there.
Yeah. Yeah. We learned a lot from him. This thing here just covers up his signature so that way it doesn't bleed through. This one I got from Deegan, though. Deegan did the Scarlet cover. Look at this Rogue.
Nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's gorgeous.
Oh, yeah. That's going up on the wall. Well,
she got some come hither eyes going on there.
Some what?
I said she got the come hither eyes going on there.
Well, this is going to go up in front of my bed, not above it. So there you go.
There you go.
I found the football card.
Oh, hang on. Stay right there. Look, ladies and gentlemen, if you've seen the movie, you know. Look at that. Oh, jeez. So good.
So that was part of the
package. He hated playing for the Jets so much that he had to go to another planet to get away from it.
Right. All right, Gary, you're up, good sir. What do you got to show us?
All right, let's see what we have. What will we start with? What should we start with? Oh, let's start with some signed books. Philip Kennedy Johnson. There's 6. This is when we introduced Ghost Rider 44. Yep. 6. Poor Gary with thanks. It was a 3-issue arc. So here's the middle one.
Oh, nice.
Let's sign that.
Yep.
And then one we all got signed.
Everybody.
Looks familiar.
I love it.
Yeah. Also, I got this before the con. Damien found this for me. This is Alien Encounters 12.
Nice.
It's the last one I needed, so the series is complete now.
Yeah.
So one day showcase will be, will be Alien Encounters. This was given to me by my good buddy up there with the wonderful voice.
Woo!
Ric Flair. Woo! So,
I had to. That's you.
Yeah, so I enjoy. I'm thrilled to have that. And I'm going with Mr. Dan Kelly gave me this, which was fantastic.
I was gonna say you don't have that book, do you?
No. Well, one of them was planning to go bye-bye because I promised somebody as an engagement gift that they would get a Swamp Thing 9. So one of them had to leave, and that was going to leave me with only 11. But Dan replenished the supply with this wonderful Swamp Thing 9. So thank you, Dan.
Sal was with me when I bought it.
Yep.
Because I pulled it out and I was like, because they had 2 copies, and I was like, Sal, wouldn't it be? I was like, look at this. I'm gonna get one. How funny would it be to give this to Gary, considering it's the one that he's always buying every copy of and then giving them out to people.
Yeah,
I went, do it.
Do it. So I think, we're getting there. Almost everybody in Codex has one. Tim might, and they still need one.
I don't have one yet.
Yep. All right, I got this treasury that I needed of the famous first editions. Nice. This was the only one I needed still. So, which Superman 1 is. And I got another treasury. These are the harder one to find and more expensive. It's the Rudolph.
Yeah. Oh, nice. You got it.
Thank you, Bougie. Appreciate that. But there's about 4 of these Rudolph treasuries, and they're more expensive than the others.
Yeah.
So but anyway, so I love to get the Rudolph. Rudolph was DC would print them as annuals every year, starting with like 59, and they would print a holiday one. So this is reprinting those. I think they ended up doing 13 of them, and I have a few of them. So one day, I'll probably try to get them all. And I got a cool art piece by Mandrake, which is really neat.
Ooh.
That's awesome.
So,
no, that was by Kitson.
I mean, that's right. Thank you, Kitson. It's by Kitson. So, just fantastic. Spectre pointing right at you. And I tell you what, of all the superheroes that exist in the world, if they're real, this is the last guy I want pointing at me.
And what did you have us watch on Monday?
Yes.
The Showcase animated short. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
That's cool. Good.
That was brutal. That's the Jim Aparo.
I'd never seen it before. And Gary's like, guys, come in here. You got to watch this. Turn the lights off in his den, put it in. We sat there for 15 minutes and watched it. It was great.
Yeah, you do not want the Spectre pointing that finger at you.
No.
The Spectre is the last. You'll take that ass kicking from Batman or Guy Gardner for any of these other badasses, but you do not want whatever the Spectre is going to dish out to you. So that's for sure. So those were the fun things that were that I got that were unique or that were gifted to me. So thank you, fellas, for the wonderful gifts that you had there. So for the stuff that I procured, I ended up with 77 books.
Oof.
So that was a lot. So we're gonna run through them. I needed a few what ifs.
Oh, very nice.
That's a good one. That's a two-parter.
Yeah. Well, I think I have the other part. I need a few more of this volume 1.
That is a great story.
Yeah,
that's an awesome one.
Yeah, Booge, that Spectre animated is awesome. And that's the same tenor and tone of that 10-issue run in Adventure Comics that Tim ended up getting some of. So
when I get them all, I'm going to read them.
Recommend that highly. What if the FF bullpen became the the bullpen became the FF? There's another Doctor Strange. So I'm pretty close to having all these now. So what if the Hulk?
This is volume 1.
Volume 1.
Yeah.
And I needed some volume 2s too, so I got that.
Nice.
The volume 1.
That's a cool one.
Yeah. My volume 2s are somewhere. So I had the Ghost Rider run that when I did CLZ, I couldn't find the first 20 or so I finished them. So I got a 1.
Yeah.
I got a 16.
Oh, great Texera cover.
Yep, I got a 19.
Another good one.
Yeah, but I got these for real cheap.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
And then I got a 20, so I am done. I am
nice.
done. So now I guess I'll find the other 20 now. And then
they're in all them boxes somewhere.
Yep. Lost Landers, my friend Tom Cellini, who has comic and gaming, he's created this world. There's toys, and with Guy Dorian. The Simonsons have actually done some work with this for him too. So Lost Landers, this is the Ash Can, and this is a comic they're hoping to publish. And so this is the artwork it's not finished, but it's really cool. And there'll be a toy line too. So I think that's really neat. I wish Tom the best with that. I got Punisher POV. Oh wow, on the big screen.
All right.
Punisher POV. This is Bernie Wrightson and Starlin Punisher series. So it's a 4-issue mini, and I need one more issue to finish this.
Nice.
Chris, if you're still with us, this will be for you, Bubba.
There you go. Oh, I got that sitting over here somewhere.
Yeah, that's right. So, Chris, I got one of these for you, my friend. And I think, a couple people went home with this. Maybe Jamie went home with one of these too. Justice League. I bought 4 of these at this show. So I bought these.
I asked you why you had so many, and you're like, I get these out.
Give them people. I bought them at the price joint. So I got all these for $4 a piece, and they're beautiful copies. I didn't find a lot of the Marvel horror I needed, but I did get one. I got Uncanny Tales from the Grave.
That's cool.
So this dude is holding on to that bed. He does not want to go with where they're taking him. So
one thing I saw in that half price booth was 100-page romance books.
Yeah, and I there was 1 or 2 I needed there. Only one I needed I got. All right, I got 20 issues of Superboy that I needed. So my Superboy run, I'm not too far off from having like 99 up. So
wow.
So there's Superboy. That's Superboy 110. Here's 120.
God, look at those.
Yeah. This is 131.
Yeah.
131.
Fists of Fury.
Yep. 132.
Go-go checks.
Go-go checks. 134. And all these, I got these through Al Stoltz Basement Comics, $5 a piece. And then,
wow.
I got a break on that too. These are 10 and 12-cent Superboys for $5.
Yeah.
And that ain't bad at all.
No. Can't beat that. So he was just blowing them out. Superboy Giant was in decent shape. Usually you don't find the Giants in as good a shape, so I was happy to get that. Neil Adams cover.
Yep.
Wow.
Another Neil Adams.
Please come home. All is forgiven. No,
So-
Mom. I'm blind.
He's blind now. So when you find a good deal on a run, that may have not been what your priority was, but you get them. Yeah. So great Neil Adams cover again.
Wow. The
Another Neil Adams.
Invaders.
Was he blind a couple issues ago?
Yeah.
He's blind again.
Oh, man. Blackout for Superboy.
Yeah.
Covers.
Well, you know what your parents say: if you do it too much, you're going to go blind.
Yeah, you're gonna go blind.
Or you wear a wrist brace.
Hysterical blindness. You know what? And what he can do while he's doing that is he can use telescopic vision to check out what land will So there you go.
Get lost, Superboy. Who needs you?
Lost.
Yep.
Who needs you? You go blind all the time. What good are you?
Superboy's darkest secret is the reason he's blind. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Pam, you're right, man. These Neil Adams. Now this is a Kurt Swan. So.
Wow.
Yep. So that's not the real Superboy. Crypto's not having this imposter Superboy. He's not having it. Oh, here we got Crying Superboy by Neil Adams.
Oh, wow.
And he's got tears.
What a cover.
That almost could be a romance cover.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
And then there's another Kurt Swan.
Oh,
So
wow.
169. So this is the highest number Superboy I needed was 169. So I'm about I'm probably less than 10 issues from having Superboy like 99 up.
Wow.
Wow.
So
That's
these
great.
These 20 made quite the dent. All right, we got a few war books. Here's the losers.
Oh, yeah, you showed this to me.
Gunner, get off your butt and help us. What for? We're always on the losing end.
Yes.
Yeah,
oh, man.
That's not a good attitude. That'll get you court-martialed. I did get one Army at War I needed. On the double easy, check out this great. Easy, where are you? Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
Great Kubert. So, Unknown Soldier 200. Or Star Spangled War, rather, 200. Hadn't turned to Unknown Soldier yet. So, another great Kubert cover. This was in fantastic shape. Excuse me. I did get Young Love. I got one of the 100-pagers.
Yeah.
So, 112. So, the only DC 100-pagers I do not have are the romance ones. And there were 16 of them. So, I'm working them down. I'm not quite halfway, but I'm almost halfway.
Yep.
So happy to have another one. And I always love the romance books when they're so wrong. So wrong. And I got one that is just as wrong as it gets. And if they printed this today, they'd be picketing outside the offices. This clown says, "I'm your teacher, and I know this is wrong, but I can't help myself because I love you."
Oh my God. Teachers.
That's
pet.
Yeah. Tell me that they can print this today.
Hell no.
No. Oh my God.
Absolutely not.
So I have wanted this one for a while. I've been tracking this for a while because this one is so
wow.
wrong.
That's great.
So I love it. Another great one. This is a great Nick Carty cover.
They need to bring back war comics 100%.
Make up your mind.
They do some, but not like they used to.
Make up your mind. Who do you love, the older generation or me?
Oh man! Wow, that you can't do that one either.
Yeah.
Jeez,
So,
the guy looks like Rex Manning.
Yeah, there you
who
go.
do I pick? The wealthy middle class man or the
Raunchy,
young up and comer?
Yeah. Listen, the key for a romance book for me is if it makes me laugh, I I gotta have it. So Tom Cellini, who gave me that Lost Landers, also gave me a romance book, and it says, "Soon you'll be Mrs. Warren Briggs, Lucinda." And then this clown's in the corner saying, "Don't count on it, sonny boy. By the time you get out of jail, she'll be an old lady." So,
Oh my God.
yeah. So
Why aren't I happy? Well,
so
that's why.
So Tom, thanks for giving that to me, buddy. So, but yeah, I look for the romance covers that are so wrong that it just it makes it so right. I can't believe now this book. This is a 1970 Strange Adventures, $4.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Look at this condition. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's cool.
$4. So just the Murphy Anderson classic cover. This
I think I was with you when you found that.
Yeah. Yep.
That was the one you pulled out and you were like, "Holy
shit!"
Yeah. Look at that cool Strange Adventures cover. That's a Kubrick there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Look how nice that is.
That's great.
And that was half price too, so that's just really
and
cool.
all those books in that half price booth came in good bags and boards too.
Yep, absolutely. So this is Supergirl 4 of her first series in her name. So now I need 10. It went 10 issues, and that's the only issue I need, and I'm done. So
wow. Another title down.
Another title, almost. Super Friends, I had a bunch of the originals, a bunch of the early issues, but I didn't finish them all. So whenever I find them for a cheap price that I deal with, I will get the Super Friends one. Again, half price booth. A Jack Kirby title I don't have is OMAC.
We lived at that booth on Sunday.
Yep. I tried to get you there on Saturday, but you got sidetracked. And then Sunday,
I had work to do.
I got you there.
That booth had some good stuff too.
Oh yeah.
Sure did. It sure did. Oh, here's something I did finish. I needed 2 issues of
You will be.
It will be.
Hey, it will be bougie thanks to Mr. Dan Kelly over there. And it would have been this past week, but we were travel. Hell, I was sick. There's a lot of things going on that a week ago we decided we need to nix the shows until tonight. So, but Adam Strange is coming up. Sandman Mystery Theater. I needed 2 issues. So here's number 17.
I need that one too.
Here's the other one, number 50.
Wow.
Nice.
Another one I need to get.
What a great photo cover.
So that's done. I got 2 Iron Mans, and I got one of these. This was at the half price booth because this is just a classic Iron Man cover.
Oh.
Isn't that neat?
Now it begins.
It's just very neat. And I only needed 2 issues to have Iron Man 100 up, and this was one of them. This was the Frankenstein.
Wow.
Oh, that's cool.
Very cool.
So I think the other's 104. It's not a big deal issue. I just haven't got it. I found this, and I bought it because the artist Bo Hampton was there. So I bought this Legend of Sleepy Hollow so he could sign it. So he signed it on the inside for me.
Nice.
So I got that. So, alrighty, I got one more stack, and this book that I got here is not in good shape, but it's
Sapphire's getting Supergirl also.
Very good. Yep, that's right. This is beat up.
That's the cover I showed you.
I know. When I get this is so cool on air. So that's kind of like us.
Oh man.
On air to have that behind you. Red Circle Sorcery. So when I get a nice copy of this, Tim, you'll get this one.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Tim's gonna start sending me eBay listings. Hey, this one looks pretty good.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. There you go.
Oh, it's a great cover.
So this is Mike Brill cover.
Yeah.
This is the Detective Comics that I always get that Mike and I get for people because it sure did talking. This is a great Batman vampire story. It is so good. With signatures, I tell you what, Richard, it's kind of funny. I'm not one to really love comics with signatures on the outside. So like the Hulk books that I got, it's a recent book. I would never have a expensive old book done with a you're going to give me an Iron with Frankenstein. Did I say that? Okay, I'll have to, senior moment. I must have forgot that. So if it's a book that's not I just can't deface a classic valuable book. But is that Pam? That must be why it's so hard to find. because I've
Gary,
wanted that
you had
paperwork.
never seen it before I showed that.
I'd never seen it. I'd never seen it before, and then I hadn't seen it in person. I had Damien looking for me. So this is just but back to the question. I like to get hardbacks and graphic novels signed, trades signed. That's what I love. And the thing that's great about hardbacks signed, and I don't. Let's see.
Do you have it near?
Let's see what I have with me. Yeah, these are ones I didn't get signed this time, but like with, you get a hardback signed, and it's like I got that signed by Jeff Loeb. Yeah. So Sale signed it for me a few years ago, and then Loeb signed this now, and of course Loeb's passed away. But I love getting hardbacks. And
Sale's passed away. Loeb's still with.
Right. I inverted that. Yeah. Sorry. But a lot of times you'll get them on a book like this. They'll draw for you on here, and they'll draw remarks and things like that, which look so much better on a book like that than they do on a comic. So, long story short, I'm less apt to get them on here unless it's a book that's not that expensive. For like my House of Secrets 92, I got a replica for Louise Simonson to sign for me because that's her image on there. But I would never, ever think of putting the House of Secrets 92 and get it signed like that. So anyway, but this is a great story. Elliot S. Magan wrote it. It's a great vampire story. Alfred, Bruce Wayne break down in their car, driving back to Gotham, and they go to the creepy old house on the hill, and it's got a damn vampire in it.
Of course.
Mike Grill drew this, and he told us a wonderful story that Bernie Wrightson had done the thumbnails for this, and but through scheduling and other stuff, he could not do the book. So Mike Grill recreated it from the thumbnails, and he said poor Bernie didn't even get any credit for it. So that's why it's got a certain feel to it, and it's really cool. And to have this Mike Grill, one of my favorite artists, tell me that Bernie did the thumbnails for it, and he went from there. So really cool. And though Grill is the one that made the vampire look like Christopher Lee, so that was a Grill thing. So
I've almost bought that book several times.
Yeah,
I'll pull the trigger.
We'll have to get you one then, Dan. We'll have to get you one. World's Finest 122. 122. I am about 4 issues of World's Finest away from having a 99 up on them. So
nice. That's a great looking copy too.
Yep. Here's a Neil Adams cover. So I need about 4 more, and I'm done. So getting into ones that were a little bit more pricey. My goal in Action is to be 250 up. So I got 260. I'm about 10 issues away from that goal to have 250 up, and this is from that's the late 50s up straight run.
Mighty Maid.
Yep. Superman. The highest number Superman I needed was 131.
Wow.
So that's the highest number Superman. The second highest number Superman was 130. So now I'm in the 120s up. I think I'm like 128 up. So I'm about a dozen Supermans away from having 100 up, which you get late 50s. I got a Batman 105. This is a book that is really pricey. It's the second Batwoman appearance, but this has got some damage to it, a little bit of color touch on it. So I ended up getting this for $60 because of the damage to it, and actually I got a little less than $60 because I got one of the dealers I work with. But I could easily have had to pay over $200 for this book.
Yeah.
This is Batman 105. Because it's the second Batwoman appearance. She first appeared in Detective. This is her first appearance in a Batman comic.
Yeah.
So and this is like a 1957 book, I believe. So it's a little. And then one of the Detective, I'll be 250 up on that, and there's 264. So I knocked off another Detective. So I did good there. And then I had a run of Adventure Comics. I am really close to having all the Legion appearances. Yeah, it is, Richard.
Yeah, that original suit was not great.
So the Legion appearances, I'm now after what I got here, I'm about 4 issues away from having all the Legion appearances, which is a big deal. And I'm working on my adventure run because these issues in the 260s. No, No, there's no money left. The well is dry. The well is dry after Baltimore.
After all this.
Yep. So here's
to be replenished.
Yep. Here's the 265, and the first Silver Age Aquaman in Adventure was 260. The first Aqua Lad was in 269. So this is early Silver Age appearances of Aquaman backups that I'm getting here, and here's a 268.
Wow.
Yeah, it said when Aquaman was Aqua Boy, so they had a story of him as Aqua Boy, and they decided, hey, let's make an Aqua Lad the next issue. 274.
Look at that.
Yeah. So, like I said, all these have Aquaman backup stories. There's what's that? 280. So these are all 10 centers. This was the 5th Legion appearance, and this was the toughest one I still had to get.
Oh, wow.
And this is a beautiful copy. I think I got it for $100, and I got like 35 off. And
Nice.
I was pulling teeth to get it. He didn't want to let it go for that, and I said, well, I got a $100 bill right here, baby. So when you have that cash in your hand.
Yep.
So fifth appearance of the Legion, first Starboy.
Wow.
So that was the toughest Legion appearance I had left to get. So that's good. 291. Yep.
Water Boy.
I hear that.
It kind of was.
301. So Lux Luthor.
Oh yeah, that's the one I was with you with when you pulled that one out. You were like, oh hey.
Yep, need that one. Got a good deal on that. Got this is the first Element Lad. Picked that up too. So that was another great Legion appearance I needed.
Wow.
And then I got a nice roster cover, 311, that I needed. And 314. So I am like I said, really close. I think I need 2 issues or maybe 1 issue to be under 300 up on Adventure Comics. So
wow,
that's a pretty cool deal. And let's see, there was one more book I got. I showed it before, so it's anticlimactic.
Oh yes, but
it's not anticlimactic.
They haven't seen it. Chad hasn't seen this yet.
All right, so this is Leading Comics number 8. This is from 1943. It has restoration. It's got a purple label, cover reinforced, cover cleaned, interior lightened.
Oh, this is gorgeous.
So there's hardly anything really been done to this. So this would have been a high grade book if they hadn't monkeyed with it at all. Look at the edges on this thing. It has not been trimmed. It has not been trimmed. So this is 7 Soldiers of Victory on there. It's a cool cover. Got the villain, the dummy, on top there. On the hourglass. So the 7 soldiers, and with the 7 soldiers, you don't always see Wing with them. So the Crimson Avenger sidekick. So
the 8th member, 7 Soldiers of Victory.
Yeah, he was the 8th member that didn't even count in the numbering. Now, if you think this is cool, look at the back.
Oh yeah, the big 8.
Yes.
Look. I don't remember the in-house ads being on the back very much.
So wait a minute. You've got Flash, Sensation, All-American, Detective Action, Adventure. The one in the center, I'm unsure. Star Spangled, and More Fun Comics.
And Adventure.
Yep.
So there you go. So I have Golden Age copies of those big 8. I have a Golden Age copy of all of them. So that's kind of cool. So
I hope so.
It could certainly be cool. I know they did some of the Legion and Supergirl, but it was, I don't know, the way they did Dreamer. They had Brainiac 5 in there, but
they did a couple of them. They had like the animated series once or twice. But
But anyway, so this is kind of neat, and it's a pretty cool conversation piece. Was that? I think it was. I have a Leading Comics 4 that's raw. That's a big logo Leading Comics. But
Pam, with that type of restoration, like on that Leading Comics, I can't see it. I mean, it's clean, but like
the other thing is, I'll even tell you, the price tag on the back was $450. Right? So most Golden Age books you're not gonna get $450, but Leading Comics does not have a lot of people really looking for it now. I got this book for $365 because of people I've dealt with before. So some of the other dealers that I know, they were like, "Damn, you got that for $365?" They said $400 would have been a great price. So anyway, but it's just a beautiful book. It's a great conversation piece, and it's a golden age book that is a 9.0.
Yeah.
That's
And I agree with you, Pam. I don't know, and I'm kind of thinking my gut is telling me because of the age of the book, that's why they put that on there. That's the only thing I could really think of.
And Sal,
you're right.
You and I talked about this too. At a 9.0, this may be undergraded.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think this looks better than a 9.0. So, but it's a cool book to have. I will proudly show this off when I show my Golden Age gems around.
Better believe it.
I'll be laying around with the rest of the gems.
With the rest of the gems. So anyway, there's a lot of fun. Thanks for the indulgence. And listen, usually I come out of these shows and I'm like, yeah, I did pretty good, but I think Dan and Sal did better than I did this time. I
don't know. You did well. I went with those 3 targeted books and I got them. So
that was a pretty nice one there. I love I know you watched the Supergirl show too, where they made the joke on there when he showed the picture and he was, to Courtney as saying there were the 7 soldiers of victory. She's like, well, there's 8 of you there. He goes, yeah, well, we couldn't really count very well.
Yeah. The Stargirl show, I liked that show. I really did.
I did. I liked it a lot.
They did a really good job with Eclipso on there too.
Oh yeah.
And Shade.
Well, Dan, what do you got there, sir? Round us out, man.
Kicked ass. They did great.
Yeah.
All right. So I didn't, like I said earlier, I didn't really buy any books until Saturday, like at the end of the con, and that's just when Tim or Sal, someone mentioned the half price box, that they had, and I went and bought like 20 or 30, like 20, 25 bucks worth of half price stuff because Friday, as soon as we got in there, I was what is it?
Working.
Never late. Always.
Hey, Hydrus. Yeah, good to see you, man.
Buddy.
So Friday when we got in there, as soon as we got in set up, I was like, all right, let me go get some signatures knocked out. Went around, got some signatures, talked to some creators that we've done interviews with before. I got some original art that I'll show off in a little bit for an Avengers Jam piece I started working on last year.
Yes.
Saturday again, I was just getting autographs. I was doing a little bit of filming for stuff. Picked up those couple books. Sunday was the day.
Friday and Saturday, we were doing a lot of work.
Yes. And then, spending a lot of time at the booth too, getting people signed up for Codex, getting
tell everybody how many subscribers you got signed up, man.
42.
Yeah.
42. Codex pins were given out.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And I gave some of the creators that we've interviewed with before, and all of them were like, oh, what, they're like, oh, thanks. And then they got it in their hand. They're like, oh, wow. Like, I guess they thought
that's a real pin. Some
like cheapo thing. And they were like, oh, shit.
Look nice. Right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is what the pin looks like.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I told Jamie for next year, because we could do different colors. I was like, we ought to do like a special, like, like Baltimore only one or C2E2 only one with like, specific colors.
Yeah.
But so I'll start off. I got a couple things, as with these guys gifted to me. Tim came and stayed with me, for the weekend. So he had given me one of these books before, but he gave me 3 more.
Oh, nice.
I love Spy versus
Spy.
I've read all of those.
Yeah, I grew up with
that.
Like you guys, I think, you grew up with them. So, it's the cool.
Oh, yeah.
The Spy versus Spy stuff, which
those
are
awesome. Comic books.
Yeah.
He gave me this that he had picked up. It's a Mark Jewelers variant for New Mutant 67.
Got that at FarleyCon.
Yeah, which is cool because the only other Mark Jewelers book I know that I have is the Spider-Man is Amazing Friends 1. I'm sure if I go back through like my old Justice Leagues, Avengers, X-Men, some of that stuff, maybe I'll find 1 or 2 other ones. I don't know, but so as far as I know, this is the second one I've got, which is awesome. And it's a nice condition too.
Beautiful comic.
Yeah, it is. Cannonball.
I think I paid $250 for that.
Yeah, Tim gave me the Destro one, the Nirvana Comics exclusive.
Yeah,
that's nice.
So I thought all of those had like that certificate in the back of them.
Not all of them did. I think the early ones.
And then the Duke #1.
Yeah.
Which I believe we had both of these that we had as giveaways, didn't we not?
Yes.
Yes, that's very true.
This was one that Gary gave me, which was actually my cover of the year on the Codex Awards last year, the Sensational She-Hulk #1.
Oh, wow.
Foil cover, which
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to really get the appreciation of it here, but it's
water.
Also, and I love the fact they did the foil where it's just the water and the logo that's the foil. It's it's spot foil.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's how So those are the ones that were gifted to me. I'll run through the autograph books I got real quick. Tim got this one for me, autographed by Ron Garney.
Yes.
Unfortunately, his pen was running out of ink.
Yeah.
I got this.
I was with you on that one. So
you were with me, Sal?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That run. Mm-hmm.
I got this one autographed by a fantastic artist that we did an interview with for Codex, J.G. Jones.
Oh God, good placement.
Oh, he was really good. Yeah.
This one autographed by another creator I did an interview with, Bob McLeod.
Oh yes.
Now the black. This would have been better, I think, with like silver, with another color that would have popped more than that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he must have only had black because he signed yours in black too, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Fabian Nicieza, who another one that we did a interview with, was there. So I got my New Warriors #1 signed by him.
Good placement on that too.
Yeah, that was
I remember you coming back to the booth with that.
And I also got him to sign. Everybody's getting him to sign Deadpool stuff. I don't give a shit about.
He charges more for that too.
Yep.
Yeah, he does. I got this Amazing X-Men #1 from Age of Apocalypse signed by him.
That's cool. Yeah. That's cool.
And I already had his autograph on some other stuff too from when I saw him, 30 years ago or something. And I must have been the only one that asked for these to be signed because when I brought him over, he held them up and he held them up to the line and goes, yeah. So I got both of his novels signed. So this was the first one we did, Suburban Dicks. This is the second novel, The Self-Made Widow. There's a third novel that he has not done yet. Oh, thank you, Hydrus.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We all got fantastic signatures.
Yeah, Hydrus, go back and watch the episode tomorrow after you get some coffee in you and check out all of this stuff.
No, we don't care. I was thinking about it though, maybe starting to carry one just in case, for any of these people signing that only have one color, like that only have black, because sometimes it doesn't show up great on the covers. But most of them have, especially the artists. The artists will always have like an array of different colors.
Yeah. Yeah, Jurgens had Posca pens.
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, he did these two novels. He said there's a third one planned, but the first one sold well. The second one didn't sell as well, so they didn't pick up the option for him doing a third one. But he said it is optioned for a TV show, and he's pretty sure if the TV show goes through, he'll get to do the third novel, which I really hope he does because these books are fantastic. So, like novels, they don't sign novels, as to how Gary was saying. Sometimes don't get them on the covers. Novels, they never sign on the covers. They always sign on the interior, on one of the interior pages, like the interior title page.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So got that on there, and then on this one, there,
nice.
The title page, and he was excited. He was clearly excited to have someone with his novels, and he was asking me what I thought about them, and
I like how his signature takes up that whole top of the page.
Yeah. And it's funny too, because we've talked about this before. If you get and then Mon Comics just got a book that that had an autograph on the inside cover that he sent off to get verified, because back in the day, since authors always sign their stuff on the inside of the books, comic creators used to do that too. They would sign at the bottom of the first page.
Yep.
They'd usually sign like right here on this white part.
Yeah, that's where they would sign it. They didn't sign on the covers because that's not how it was done then, and things have changed. I also got Ryan Otley's signature on this
Oh yes,
Solid Blood #7. You got, sign it there in pink. Really pops on there. I also got a couple books signed by Philip Kennedy Johnson. Talked to him. I was like, hey, I was the one to email him about doing the interview. He's like, oh man, fucking sorry, so busy. I'm getting ready to retire from the military, and all this. I got like, hey man, it's great. So we're gonna do an interview with him,
Yep.
So I got him to sign this Action 1029, which was the first issue of Action Comics that he wrote. Yep. I got him to sign there. And of course, first appearance of
every Codex member threw those books at him, and that was great.
I also got Luis Jose Garcia Lopez.
Oh, you
got
did?
Him. Yeah, I got him on 2 books. I got him to sign this Batman 313.
Oh,
right there, which is he didn't do the interiors for this. He just did the cover, but it's the first appearance of Tim Fox, who later on, I think he appeared in this, and then nothing was done with him for 20 years, and then they're like, hey, we're gonna make him Batman. Like, who? And I also got him to sign this. It's a double signature. I got Garcia Lopez to sign this along with the writer of the book, Ron Mars.
Yes.
Nice.
Tim was with me in the basement as I was going through and pulling out books to get signed. And I'm trying to think all right, what's a good book to get signed? I want something that has some significance, either a first appearance, a first issue, like the Superman one, his first book on it, something like that. And I was like, hey, you know what? Some of these amalgam books would be fun to get signed. They're probably not seeing too many of those to get signed.
No.
And I also got this other one signed, Spider Boy. I got signed by Carl Kessel, the writer.
Yes.
Who is another one we did an interview with on here. And I got him to sign this ash can he did, Sam Hell.
Yeah, that's cool.
He said this, when I interviewed him too, he said this is the first book, because he's known as a writer. Started off as an inker, then became a writer and inker. He said this is the first book he's ever done that he did all the art himself, all the pencil art himself too.
Wow.
Bob Hall got to sign on.
Oh yeah,
Avengers 1.
That out of all the Bob Hall signatures that were gotten that weekend by all of us, that's the best signature placement right there.
And it's good too because this is one where the black does really pop on the cover too. So it's the black was a good choice. It sticks out. I've made it known my love for West Coast Avengers. I got Scott Collins to sign this Flash 197, which was the right there, which is the first appearance of this guy right here, of Zoom. Also got something else from Scott Collins. We'll show in a little bit.
Oh yeah.
This is one of the favorite signatures I got. Booster Gold #1, signed by Dan Jurgens.
In yellow.
With that yellow, which really stands out. Looks awesome.
Wow.
Right. Nice.
I got 2 more signatures left. I got Solo Avengers #12, signed by Amanda Connor.
Oh.
That yellow really stands out too, which is cool because this is her first ever professional comic work. And when I handed it to her to sign, they were like, "Oh wow, we use it," because I got them to sign this on Saturday. They're like, "Oh, we usually get one of these on the first day. That's one of the first things we get." So
nice.
Yeah, again, trying to figure out all right, because some of these creators, I'm like, all right, I got a ton of books. I only want to pick 1 or 2. I don't want to go I don't want to be one of these people that goes up with a stack of 30 books. I'm like, sign all of these.
Well, I was standing in line with Ethan. We were trying to get Jurgens, I think, at one time, and somebody was there with 30 books. And this guy was the Connors. And this guy was like, no, they're not going to get to you right now. So you got to come back later. One video going to be really long, but it'll be worth every minute of it.
One video, I guess you could count this as 2, and probably the one from last Monday is
so 4 total.
This was my favorite one I got. When I got Amanda to sign that, I talked to her in person before. I talked to her about doing an interview because me and Gary did an interview with Jimmy Palmiotti, and I was telling her about some family stuff I had going on, which I hadn't contacted her. So I'm chatting with her for a minute. And I gave this book to Jimmy to sign. And out of the corner of my eye, I'm like, he's taking kind of a long time to sign this book. And he hands it back to, and all I did was give one book each to him to sign while I was talking with him. And when he hands it back to me, it's Jonah Hex #1, but he did this.
The remark.
Nice little mark.
He did this awesome remark on there for me.
You had a pretty big smile on your face when you came back to the booth with that.
Yep.
I didn't expect this at all. I was just like, hey, because as Gary said, he loves Jonah Hex, and this was an amazing run too. But I did not expect that at all. I didn't ask him to do it. I just was expecting a signature, and hey, that'd be great. And he just, I guess, it's good when you talk to these people. You tell them how much their work means to you, how much you like it, and then having met him a couple times and did the interview too, that didn't hurt either.
I love how. Go ahead, Gary. Sorry.
Well, the interview, and I've told you guys for a long time how great a guy Jimmy Palmiotti is.
Oh, he's fantastic.
And I love how all the books that we got signed are all vastly different books, and it's just so damn cool.
The week before Baltimore, I'm sitting at home and I get a text that goes, "Oh, Jimmy Palmiotti's texting me." That was pretty cool. It's like, oh man.
Hydrus, I will be there this weekend. I will be there for that. I'll have my kids with me too, so you'll get to meet them.
All right, so now we'll get into the books I bought. Like I said, I only bought a few Saturday night. I was waiting until Sunday to buy most of them because you get the deals on Sunday. Yep. I was walking around. Like I said, I had a couple Target books. I narrowed it down to 2 that I wanted to get. And I was walking around just, Saturday while I was getting autographs and stuff, just saying, hey, how much is that? How much is that? Kind of getting a price idea. Talk to Gary. You'll see it in the video when I
was there with you for one of these, not the other one.
So I'll get to those ones last. These are some of the ones I got the half off thing. I got U.S. Agent #1. Nice. This is such a cool cover.
It is.
It was a 4-issue miniseries, so now I got to get 2, 3, and 4. But wanted to pick that up. I'm working on my Sensational She-Hulk run, so I picked up a couple books for that. So here's issue.
He had quite a few of them too.
Yeah, that's nice.
He did, but I ended up picking up a few. I had a bunch of them pulled out, but I picked up a few books from another title. So I only got 2 of the She-Hulk ones. I got 22 and 37.
Nice.
These 2 I got from the half off one that I got. These are 2 of the ones that I got on Saturday night. She-Hulk, The Ceremony Part 1 and Part 2.
Nice.
Very cool.
This one, Gary, I know has the complete run of it. I am very, very, very far away from it, but when I find ones that are affordable, I'll pick them up. So I got Marvel Team Up #14.
It's a good cover. Look at that. Beautiful.
Yeah.
These were some books that I bought that I read as a kid, and I wish I knew what happened to them because the ones that I had as a kid, when I go to rebuy them for whatever reason, there can be a little bit pricey for them. So I haven't replaced all of them yet. I got this one just because it was cheap and it was a cool cover. Adventure Comics 433.
Oh, so nice.
And then again, this one I got just because it was cheap and it's a good series and it's a great cover. And I've read it. I just don't have the series, but I've read it. Spectre #1.
Beautiful cover.
Glow in the dark.
Glow in the dark one too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's good.
I guess I just got to buy all the rest of them now.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, Gary will help you.
Well, it's funny. It's funny because since Gary gifted me the Swamp Thing #9, I was like, they only did 10 issues of it together before Bernie left. So decided, you know what? I'm just going to start picking them up. So I got #4. It's a beat up copy. So at some point, as I work on this run, I'll do the famous Gary upgrade. But for starter one, #4, for $5.
There's a great full page splash page of the werewolf in there.
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
And #8.
There you go. That's an awesome story too.
Yeah. This one actually is a pretty decent condition, so I don't think I'll have to upgrade that. So now I only have 7 out of 10 to go. And then, the stuff that comes after it, because I know, was it 13? Is that the one with the cover where he's coming out of the grave?
Grave, Redonda.
I love that cover. I definitely got to get that one.
Yeah, that's a great cover.
As I look to rebuild my What If collection again, it's, what happened to my What Ifs? I got a couple of them. So What If Volume 2, number 6.
What if Dan still had all those what ifs?
Yeah. Yeah. Number 6. I wish I knew what happened to him, because I had a pretty significant amount of Volume 2. And number 18, what if the Fantastic Four battled Doctor Doom before they got their power?
Wow.
They got crushed.
Yeah. But what if Volume 2, when it started out, they were.
Oh, yeah.
Bougie. I worship at the altar of Bernie Wrightson, my friend. He is my guy.
And, I always have a fondness for the original Guardians of the Galaxy. And before they got their own title, they appeared in Marvel Presents. I had one issue of that, so I picked up a couple more pretty cheap. So here's number 5.
Nice.
But, it doesn't make any. Why do you have Charlie 27 wearing a mask?
Yeah.
What does he need to hide his identity from?
I agree.
What if it was Tim the entire time? They're all here, Dan. All your what ifs, they're here.
Yeah.
And I also got number 6.
Oh, that's great.
So I will be working on buying the rest of those, because, again, it was only 10 or 12 issues. I forget the exact amount that they had because it didn't start off as Guardians. It started off, I want to say, as Ulysses Bloodstone as the star of the book, and then they changed the Guardians, and then after 10 or 12 issues of them, they canceled it.
And it was in Marvel Superheroes, the first one, right?
Yeah, but this was, it was Marvel Presents was the one that when they, kind of had their own book. But I think the only pricey one, I think it was the first appearance of Starhawk was in one of them, or where he joins. But the rest of them are pretty cheap. I got the second printing of New Mutants 95.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
As I work, this one's hard to find too. And it's not worth anything. It's just because it's a second print. It's hard to find, but yeah.
I was with you on that one. That was from that stand where I got the 2 Spider-Mans from.
Yeah, I pulled that out. I was like, oh, I've been looking for that. So I'm now just 3 issues away from completing my New Mutants run, 98, which is tough to find the cheap one, and then the second and third print of 100, and I'll have the complete run with the annuals, the specials, the second prints, the third prints, all that. I got a bunch of Uncanny X-Men. I'll run through those real quick. I got 148.
Great stuff.
Nice condition. 198, which is Life Death Part 2.
Yeah. Beautiful. Barry Windsor Smith. Yep.
Yep. Issue 200, which I could have sworn I had, but I don't know. 202.
Great cover. I love that cover.
This is a good Forge cover. 263.
Yeah, that's good.
And I know I had these ones because I bought them when they came out. I don't know what happened to them. 283.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah, Wiley's Portacio.
285.
Nice.
Let me make some room here. And then I know I bought these when they came out because I bought all of them when they came out. And then at some point I was like, I don't need these. What do I need 5 copies of the same book for, just because they have different covers? So I got rid of them. Silly me.
Little Beast and X-Men. We can talk about that.
What if?
That's not a what if. That's a true story.
You'll see that in the video too. Hydra says Guardians is one of those teams that has such an interesting history for years. Nobody gave a bleep or even knew who they were. Then MCU changed them forever. Oh, 100%. 100%.
Yeah. I was very excited when they announced the movie and I saw the team. I was like, who the hell are these guys? And then I was like, oh, Yondu's going to be there. I got really excited. Then went to see the movie. I'm like, that's not Yondu. But whatever. I did love the movie, but that team is not my Guardians team. My Guardians team is the one I grew up reading.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I rebought X-Men 1 and X-Men 1 and X-Men 1 and X-Men 1.
The most printed comic book in history.
Yeah, and for some reason these are not dollar bin books anymore. But
nope. Yeah. Those are $5-10 books.
So now I got to get them all graded so I can be like Sal and have 9.8s of them. Except I got except I got to slip some money in each one with a note that says, "Grade, this is a 9.9." So somebody like, "Oh, Sal, look what I got." Now, the reason I did not get more of those She-Hulks there is because another book that I'm working on a complete run of, is one I've read since I was a kid, Invaders, and I got a bunch of copies of that. So I got number 3.
Nice.
Nice Namor cover.
Yeah, these are all really nice condition. I got number 6, which then I got home and turned out I already had it. So I'll just have to figure out which one is better condition and then take the one that's in not better condition and put it in my pile of stuff to sell. Number 11.
Yeah.
Nice. That was the box I wanted to look through yours, Dan, and I never got to. Your box of books to sell.
Oh, yeah. Well, next time.
Yep.
Number 16.
Oh, love that cover.
Number 19.
Wow.
With Dickbag Adolf himself on there.
Yep.
Number 28.
Oh, look at that.
Yep. With the Kid Commandos.
Wow.
Kid Commandos.
Number 29.
Ooh.
And number 34.
Wow.
With a real cool cover with Union Jack and the Destroyer.
Wow.
So this puts me now, I forget the exact number. It is, I think I'm about 4 issues away from completing my Invaders. 4 issues of the book, and then the annual, and there was like a special they had too.
There was a giant size and an annual.
Yeah, giant size and an annual. So I am so with the issues I need and the giant size and the annual, I think I'm 6 total away from completing it.
Very nice.
Yeah. Hydrus talked to Michael Rooker at Fanboy this year and asked him how he got the role, and he said when they gave it to him, he said, "Yes, but I'm not fucking wearing that, so that's why he has that costume."
Nice.
Lord.
Oh, you're definitely right, Hydrus. Yeah. I don't know if it has something to do with my dad. You know, my dad, has these World War II planes, and I spent my childhood around that, going to air shows and while he was restoring them and stuff. So I'm sure that had something to do with my affinity for these World War II characters, for the Invaders, for Marvel, and the JSA for DC.
Yep.
Oh, I also got this sweet Tick T-shirt.
Yeah.
I wanted to get Edlin's autograph, but every time I went, the line was too long, and if I had just gone to the con by myself, that would have been fine. I would have waited. I'll wait an hour or two. What the hell? But having to film stuff for the station and cover the table some too, I just couldn't wait. I got a few more left. I got this from Damien. I never thought after I sold my GI Joes before, I never thought I'd have this again because it's so pricey. But for $30,
wow,
yeah,
nothing wrong with that, and it's nice looking too.
Yeah.
Yep. Right.
That was a good deal.
Now we're getting into some of the Target books I had. This was not necessarily a Target book, but I saw it at a couple spots. It was an affordable price. It's cool cover, cool character. Had some money from selling some sketch covers to the guy that Sal sold some of the slabs to.
Dave and Adam.
Yep, Dave and Adam. So I said, what the hell? So Astonishing Tales 25, first Deathlock.
Oh, that's on my list.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. I was there when you grabbed that. That's a great book.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You like what you grew up around.
Yeah.
So
that's such a cool one. Like I said, this wasn't like Gary said, sometimes you got Target stuff and sometimes something just pops up and it's something I always still the Ozzie Newsome thing. I always say right book, right price.
Yep.
Saw it looked nice, it was right price, had the money from selling some sketch covers, so was able to do it.
Yep.
Now, here's the last 4 I got. These are the bigger ones.
Yeah.
I got Avengers 19, First Swordsman.
Nice.
Man.
And again, here's the price on here. Didn't pay this price because when you're paying in cash, and especially on the last day, if you're patient and you can wait till the last day, you'll get get some better deals. You might risk out on losing something, but you know. Then again, this was also a book that a ton of dealers had too, so
Yeah.
I wasn't real worried on it. This was one that was a Target book, but it was like the other two here were bigger Targets.
No.
And when I got those, I didn't think I'd get this, but again, I made some pretty good money selling some sketch covers, so I was able to pick this up too. And I wanted it for a while. It's a nice copy of Avengers 48. First night.
Great.
Yeah, that's a great cover.
And the gloves.
You see him, John.
Yeah.
You see him.
Fantastic. So
that's a big boy book.
So the two, so here's where the two that, as I said, I whittled down, what my Target books were over the couple days by seeing what the con had, what the prices were, what was in my range. This one I got a fantastic deal on.
A wonderful deal.
A wonderful deal.
Yeah, and I wasn't expecting to get it graded because I look for raw books because they're cheaper. If I want them graded, I'll submit them myself, but the price on this was too good.
That was a better deal than the raw ones we were looking at.
Yeah.
Oh, it was. And
I was buttering up Sheldon, too, while you were talking to him.
Yeah, and it's much nicer, too. So, graded in 5.5, but looks fantastic. Avengers number 9, first appearance.
Yep.
Golly.
That's amazing.
That is a beautiful copy for a beautiful price.
Yeah, me too, Bougie. I never thought I'd have a copy of G.I. Joe 1 again with the way the prices are.
Yeah, there's some footage of you sniffing around that 5.5 too.
Yeah.
So the reason this is graded 5.5 in the grader's notes at the top, it says sticker attached to interior cover, which it must be the back one, because if you see on the back here, there's this discoloration here.
Yeah.
But you know what? As I was saying, I don't display my books like this.
Yep.
I display them like this.
Wow.
Yep.
So I'm okay with this on the back. So I guess that must be where the sticker was, because if it's on the inside here, I don't see anything.
Without that sticker there, that's an 8 easy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. If you saw this in person, it looks gorgeous. It's got, little bits of stuff around the edges like most books from this time do. But, it's the colors look pretty nice. There's no rips. There's no tears. There's no big bends. There's a little bit of, a little bit of texture and stuff. But and then to go along with that one was this other one, which I got from the dealer that told me about hey, these guys buy sketch covers, sold them, went back and said, got the money now. Let me get it. Avengers 57, first appearance of the Vision.
Golly. And that's
one of the most iconic covers there is.
Yes, indeed.
Beautiful cover, monochromatic, and cool as hell.
Yeah. And in person, it looks really good too.
Yeah.
It kind of makes me want to get it graded with the West Coast Avengers one when they made the white Vision and then put them side by side. But I think it'd probably be a little too pricey to grade this.
That's a big boy book in your hands right there.
Yeah, this was a nice one. Got again, paying cash, got some money off of what it was priced at. And as I oscillated between, sometimes I'll go and target X-Men books or Fantastic Four or Avengers. I was looking at it and I was like, you know what? After getting these with the Avengers books that some of the Avengers books I already had in the collection with first appearances that not as major as these, but like Nebula, first Taskmaster, some of that stuff. And I was looking at it, I was like, well, maybe I'll just work on trying to get as complete a run of Avengers as I can. I know Sal's got his what is your run of X-Men? It's like from 92 up, right?
88.
88 up, and then you've got some of the older ones. Not to say I won't still buy old Fantastic Four, Justice League, or X-Men or any of that, but I think all right, if I'm going to really focus on trying to build as close to a complete run as possible I can as one of these iconic books, after picking up these with the stuff I already have and seeing the prices of some of the other ones, I think I'm going to target Avengers as being the one that I'm really going to focus on, on trying to build that one up.
It's not a bad choice.
No.
I look at the books that I read growing up, and I would always pick up, these random back issues of Avengers, among other books, but that was always a big one too for me.
Right.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are nearing the 3-hour mark of the show.
We knew it was going to be a big one.
Yeah. So we appreciate you sticking around as long as you have. If you wouldn't mind sticking around a little bit longer, we got something showcasey to show you tonight. You guys have missed it. We've missed it, and we're ready to give it to you. So let's go ahead and end this mega episode. Dan, I still have to send you my Avengers 9. There you go.
I'll take it.
Let's go ahead and end this mega episode of Baltimore Comic Con. What a beautiful bookend to put on this epic adventure for Codex. 6 whole days together.
I got one more thing.
One more thing. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Let me bring you full screen, buddy, so that way we can you can talk about this.
All right. So Richard, or anyone else that follows me on my Instagram has seen this. I posted it the other day. So last year I had the idea I wanted to start an Avengers Jam piece. So I drew it last year, and it's all in pencil. And that's my fault because I drew the Captain America first, and I screwed up inking the shield, and it looked like shit. So I gave that one to Sal, and I said, give this to your daughter to color or something. It's, its presence angers me because I was so mad at myself for screwing up the shield. So I did another one, and I just did it in pencil. Got Russ Braun to add an Incredible Hulk to it last year, which is a fantastic looking, like old school monster Hulk.
Yeah.
My target this year was to get 2 artists who have worked on Avengers to add to it, and I got 2 really good ones. And I don't tell any of the artists or ask them or tell them who to draw. I just give it to them and say, after we negotiate a price, I say, add whatever character you want, just however you want to put them on here, just as long as they were an Avenger at some point, which in the Marvel Universe is pretty much everybody.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I got Barry Kitson on Friday to add Goliath, and then on Saturday Gary was the one that actually set it up with me.
Yeah.
Scott Collins, who had a nice run on Avengers. I think Chuck Dixon was the writer when he was drawing it. Had talked to him and mentioned to him, and I'd already gotten this on my Flash book, so I went back and gave it to him, and he's like, well, leave it with me and pick it up tomorrow. And Jamie and Precious were with me when I picked it up. And he's said, who do you want me to draw? I was like, whoever you want. And he's like, I got an idea.
Yeah.
So
Look at this.
Is what I did. And you know what? I actually got it.
Yeah, show the picture so that way they can get a.
There we go.
There you go.
Look at this.
So great Goliath, but we got to give it to Collins. What he did with Thor.
Oh man,
he didn't have to do the spinning hammer.
That's gorgeous. And yeah, he said he's like everybody else. Just draw him, just standing there. It's like I want some action.
Yep.
And the detail he did on the Thor is gorgeous. What he did with the hammer twirling and the storm, I mean, that is just taking it up a level. And I told him that too. And he posted the picture just of the Thor on his Instagram page, and I commented on it because I follow him. I was like, hey, I'm the one that you did that piece for, man. It's fantastic. You just took it up a notch. It is absolutely gorgeous. And
look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had talked to him beforehand, and I said, I got a buddy that has this jam piece, and I just got an Avengers book signed by him, and I said, I think this would be a really cool thing. And when I went to you, you were like, oh, that's right, I got a Flash signed. I forgot about the Avengers.
I completely forgot he did that. And then when you said it, I was like, oh yeah, he did Avengers. Like I said, I'm pretty sure Chuck Dixon was the writer. Yeah. It was towards the end of volume 1 or volume 2 when it started renumbering as volume 1 before Brian Michael Bendis.
He also did a miniseries. He also did the Earth's Mightiest Heroes miniseries.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that was a good one too. So, I was gonna
go for it.
Up.
Yeah. Look at this.
So there's the Captain America I did and the Hulk that Russ Braun did, and then
the Goliath.
And then the Goliath, which is fantastic.
Wow.
And then that Thor.
Yeah, and I talked to him afterwards, and actually, I saw the pictures he had taken of it before I saw your piece, and I said, "How did that work out?" And he goes, "Oh, he was pretty happy." And
Jamie and Precious were with me when he gave it to me. But I like too that, you know, and with Thor being the last one, whenever I'm going to give it to whoever the next artist is going to be, I'm going to say, yeah, I did the cap, and then Russ Braun. I'm going to make sure to show them the sequence of art. Then Russ Braun did this. Then Barry Kitson did this, which stepped it up a notch from the Hulk.
Yeah.
Then Scott Collins did this,
right,
stepped it up to a whole other level. So I'm going to make sure that I show them the progression of who added what, hopefully, so they'll look at it and be like, well, I can't let him outdo me.
Yeah.
So I got to really step up too. So
I'll
have this, and then, you know, for the next big convention I go to that has a lot of artists, I'll work on, you know, getting another one or two, and, you know, we'll see how long it'll take. I'm sure it's going to take a couple years, because you know, these conventions where these artists are out there, they don't come around too often. So it'll take me a while to get this filled up. At some point, I'm going to, you know, if they keep adding dudes to it, at some point, I'm going to have to ask someone like, look, I need, you know, can you throw Scarlet Witch or Tigra or someone in there? It would be cool to get Scarlet Witch kind of like, you know, with their hands out casting a spell or something like that too.
God, that's wonderful. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's the bookend right there. Guys, this is absolutely fantastic. Chat, thank you so much for sticking around for 3 hours. We are super appreciative of that. I'm going to end this segment pretty quick, and then we're going to dive right into Gary's showcase. What's the secret word, Gary?
Oh, Carney.
Carney, ladies. Yeah.
You know, it would be cool to get Spider-Man like maybe hanging upside down, like right there between them.
Yeah. There you go. All right. So let's go. Red is absolutely. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, we got something for you. We want to give it to you. Gary, what would that be?
Oh, here at the Codex Station, we have all the socials, and we would love to give them to you.
There you go. At the Codex Station, ladies and gentlemen, your favorite social media platforms where we are live streaming right now. Please make sure to hit the like, share, subscribe, and follow. If you made it this far, go ahead and do that. What a trooper. What a beast. Add beast. 100%.
Absolutely.
No, that's what I'll do. The next show I'm at with Gary, where there's one of these artists, I'll let him go grease the wheels first, and maybe he can put a bug in there. He'd be like, hey, it would be pretty cool to have Beast here doing this.
That's right.
Make sure you have this belt with the X on it. So.
Scarlet Witch would be super cool. 100%. Also, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Hydrus. Stick around because we got Uncle Gary's showcase coming in about a minute and a half. But before we do that, Sal, tell everybody about the gorgeous website that Gary created that we have available.
Absolutely. Love the power, the magnificence of this website is incredible. Head over to thecodexstation.com, folks. You can beat the team, get some merch, so much more. See what shows we're on, see what stories we like. It's just an incredible website.
There you go. Yes, absolutely. Thecodexstation.com, ladies and gentlemen. And Gary, the Cliff Notes version, if you please, the sponsor for tonight's episode is none other than the wonderful people at Comic Logic.
Head over to Comic Logic, Loudoun County, Virginia's only comic book store. Please come see us, especially come see us on October 27th. It's a Sunday. It is our fall lot con where the parking lot is turned into a mini Comic Con, 30 plus vendors there. And we would love to see you there. So please come be there. It's trunk or treat. So have your kids dress up. We'll give candy. You know, it'll be a wonderful Halloween precursor. So come see us on Sunday, October 27th, 12 to 4, LotCon. Be there.
100%, ladies and gentlemen. Gary's there all the time. We have all been there, and it is a store to see, guys. And everybody there is super awesome, super polite, and super duper helpful. And Chris might even be in there, the very own Snoop.
He'll be there that day. Yep.
There you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Comics Unleashed is over, but the after party is getting started with Uncle Gary's showcase here in just a second. If you're done for the night, we don't blame you. We love you, and
thank you so much.
Yeah, 100%. We're glad that you guys were here tonight to be with us. I'll give more of that at the end of Uncle Gary's showcase. We'll see you next time, but here it is, ladies and gentlemen, Uncle Gary's.
We love you long time.
Carney, Halloween Carney.
Ah,
Brown
here
Leonard.
you go.
Brown Leonard.
All right, thank you for the showcase time. And now, the showcase that we're going to do is, Carney and Halloween. It's Halloween, so thank you for being here, Adam. Halloween time, we're going to show books that have a supernatural theme, and it's Carney. You fellas know who it is. I know you do, but before I do, issue 1's got a special certificate that is signed by Mike Plug on the inside. So you all know who it is. Go ahead and say it.
Dead Man?
Oh, that's close. Who else is a Carney?
Stranger?
What'd you say?
Phantom Stranger?
Not quite a Carney, but
Oh,
Ghost Rider? Ghost Rider. Golly.
Johnny Blaze is a Carney.
Yes.
So there we go. Ghost Rider #1. This is
I was focusing too much on like spooky character.
Well, Ghost Rider's a spooky character.
I know, but he said
that's-
Dead Man. I was just thinking DC.
Signed by Mike. Yes, it's Halloween time, Bougie.
Spooky season.
Every week it's going to be a showcase of horror books, and we're going to have our Halloween episode where we're each going to pick 9 covers. We're going to have, we're going to do them in rounds of 3, but we're each going to pick these covers. So if you want to see some horror covers, that's the day to tune in.
Yes.
So, but anyway, here's Ghost Rider #1, signed by Mike Plug on the inside, where we talked about earlier. Underneath that first page, underneath all the business that they take out. Here's Ghost Rider 2, where we get the Son of Satan. First appearance. Yeah, that is a great Ghost Rider cover. So I picked out some ones that I thought were fun. Here's 15.
Yeah, I love that motorcycle.
Mm-hmm. Love a little orb action. And I love 16. We got a shark cover.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
When we did the Ghost Rider episode, I picked that as one of my top 3 covers.
Yep.
So ridiculous.
Yeah, I love it.
How is his head on fire underwater?
Well, phosphorus burns underwater, doesn't it? So maybe.
There you go.
19.
Oh, love that.
Please do, Boosh. That Halloween's going to be awesome. Love that one.
We'll give you tricks and treats.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Sal will be out on the slab corner handing out tricks all night.
Yeah, well, and that's a treat. So there you go.
Yeah.
They are.
It's a twofer. Ooh, I love that.
Yep. So
Now, last, the new Ghost Rider.
Dr. Druid on the back there.
Dr. Druid.
Dr. Druid.
So far, through all these covers, he's gone through 3 different bikes.
Yes. Yeah. The Manticore. But I like this cover a lot. Damn orb.
Oh, that is a cool cover.
Yeah.
Wow.
Evil is the orb. Get him some Visine. That'll take him right out. There you go. There's a little Doc Strange. Supernatural help. Well, what we think is so cool about Ghost Rider 44 is he shoots hellfire from the bazooka.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
I mean, I guess if he does get someone to bum a cigarette, he doesn't have to worry about finding a light.
Yeah, guess not. No, he doesn't. So this is cool.
I like that. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Bounty Hunter.
Yep, got cat. Look at the cat.
Oh my God.
Cat. I'm giving you a black cat for Halloween.
Get out of here.
Yep.
Ooh,
that's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
Love that. You blew it. You blew it.
70s Ghost Rider and early 80s Ghost Rider covers were so good.
Listen, look at the skeletons wearing cowboy hats. So there you go.
Keith says, I feel like the best Ghost Rider costume is the original one Johnny Blaze has because it's so simple. Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I gotta agree with that too.
What's Ghost Rider without a little UFO action?
I'm down.
There you go. Ghost Rider and UFOs. So
wow.
Who saw that coming? I really love this one.
That is a good one.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's Don Perlin. Yep.
Yep.
Wow. Perlin went on to do Bloodshot in Valiant, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. So love that. This is one of my favorites, and this I'm pretty sure. I think this is a Starlin.
Oh, look at that.
Nice.
That does look like a Starlin cover.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a Starlin. So I just think that is fantastic.
That does look like the way Starlin draws skulls. That one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Starlin.
Aside from the big ones in this run, a lot of these books are kind of affordable.
Oh yeah, they're right. They're affordable. 1 and 2, you know, 2 is a Son of Satan issue.
Yeah.
And then 1, you know, of course, 1's expensive. But you know, of course, I have all the Marvel Spotlights too, where he first appeared.
Yeah.
But yeah, I Rode to Hell. I like that cover too.
I only have a handful of the volume 1s. I think the earliest one I have is issue 3.
It's a good book to have. Here we go into the Abyss. Issue 40. We got a little nuke action going here. We got
it's issue 5 is the earliest one I have.
We got a little mushroom cloud going off here. Ooh. Yeah. And before he was, you know, he had the little cover box. Now we put a flaming skull in the cover box.
Wow. That's dope.
Yeah.
Yep. So 39.
With the red eyes.
Yep. Here we go. We got some 41.
Oh, I love that cover.
Look at the eyes on that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think that's a cool cover.
That one's cool too.
Mm-hmm. Just a cool, just an awesome design character. You know. Here's now we're at 49.
Oh, that's nice.
A little loop-de-loop action there. Here we go with the the Knight Rider, who's the original Ghost Rider.
Before he became Phantom Rider.
Yep. Yep. So that's the original Ghost Rider from Tim Holt Comics. We're going to jump all the way to 75.
Ooh, look at that.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
That's cool.
Ghost Rider ate one of Sal's spicy meatballs.
Yes, indeed.
That's a spicy meatball.
Look at the two different bikes on there. That is so interesting.
I think so too. Yeah.
What if Ghost Rider rode a penny farthing bicycle?
Penny farthing. Wow. That's a penny farthing bicycle. That would be quite the Ghost Rider there.
So we're getting close to the end of the run here. Right?
Yeah, 81 goes to 81. So, like I said, here's 79.
Oh,
that's cool.
80, got some stained glass on 80. Yeah. That's kind of neat. The Eater of Souls, and then we finish up Johnny Blaze's Volume 1.
Wow,
nice.
And Let There Be Death.
There we go, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen of all ages. The carny that is Johnny Blaze.
Oh.
And that last issue, that was the end of Ghost Rider until the 90s.
Yeah.
Until they brought back, or until they created a new one.
Yep.
Well, all right.
Hey, well, let's bring Johnny back too.
Well, all right, Gary, a quick showcase, but an important showcase, ladies and gentlemen. One of the most popular Marvel characters, especially right now.
Yep.
All right, we've had some people drop off in chat, and I don't blame them. We're at 2:13 in the morning.
Yep.
We've been going 3 hours and 12 minutes. I know we could go longer, but some of us are tired.
We've returned.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for sitting through all of this with us. It is as much a joy and pleasure for us to be a part of your living room as it is to have you in the chat talking to us and interacting with us. We love talking to all of you. We're so glad that you're on first name basis with us, right? We enjoy that. We love you guys, every single one of you. And the whole reason we do this is because of you. So please, if you keep showing up, we'll be here 3 times a week just for you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, I am Tim the Terrible. This beautiful man over here is Sal the Slab Guy. Down below is Dan the Kelly Art, the road manager for the curator of the Library of Comics, the Ric Flair of comics.
Thank you, Boosh.
Woo! Yep.
Uncle Gary himself. Sal is the tops. He is a good top. We are good bottoms.
Thanks for hanging in there.
That's right.
All right. We're getting the hell out of here. This is the Codex Comic Station, Comics Unleashed, Uncle Gary's Showcase. We will see you guys at the next convention. Catch you later.
Yeah, bye.
Ooh.
Brown Leonard.
Bye. See ya. All right. Love you. Bye. What do? You do this, right? I can't do the other thing, so I have to do that.